What's up, everybody, and welcome to Shapes of Gaming, the weekly conversational podcast all about video games that's unedited, unfiltered, and unhinged. I'm one of your hosts, Matt Stenson, Neocharge on PSN, and joining me, as always, we're on episode number 32, the Retro Gaming Encyclopedia, Bob Harriman, Leon Lyon Hartley on PSN. What's up, dude?
What's up?
Also joining us, you know him, you love him, he 100%'s all his games, every single fucking one. Caleb Schiff, a.k.a. Admiral Merps on PSN. How's it going, man?
What's up?
Oh, my God. We're going back to the 90s. I fucking love it. I got what's up?
Bob
Right.
started it.
Well, we are going back
Let's
to the
do it.
90s.
That's true. That's appropriate.
We should, because the 90s were fucking awesome. How's your guys' night going?
Pretty
Well,
good.
What?
I love asking a question to both of you and seeing you both like, oh, who wants to go?
Yeah, no, guilty
It's my
as
favorite
charged.
part.
Guilty.
Caleb, how's your night going? Back on the cast. We love you. The audience loves you. You're coming in from Ohio. You're drinking an Ohio beer. How's it going, man?
I'm actually not. I just got a basic bitch blue moon today, and I don't care. It's been. I'm good. I actually some big news for me. Guess what came in the mail today, gentlemen?
Let's see.
Oh,
shit!
shit!
I need to
Hell
check my
yeah!
mail.
My Game
For our audio
Informer,
listeners.
Game Informer Dragon Quest VII Reimagined. I haven't even opened it yet. Our mail came at like 6:00. So
Holy shit!
But that's
I'm excited
exciting.
for that issue.
yeah, I'm looking forward to both the game, but more
Yep.
so that issue to see what they have to say about it.
Very cool.
But yeah, it's cold as shit, and it snowed a lot, so it's Ohio. But yeah, I'm doing good. How about you, gentlemen?
Awesome. Bob, how you doing?
Not too bad. I'm actually doing the same thing, and I am drinking a basic bitch, but it's the winter lager from Sam Adams this time, which is my favorite of their lineup personally. But outside of that, not too bad. Enjoying staying warm on this cold day we've been having literally all day, actually. I got up this morning, there's 2 inches of snow outside, not that much. You can get through. I said, you know what? I'll go into the office. Not a big deal. It snowed basically all the way up until when I left the office. So, yeah, fuck that.
What's the temperature for you?
Right now it is
Yeah.
I just know Bob's a big fan
21
of
degrees.
cold. It's what? Sorry.
Yes. 21 degrees.
Oh dang. Okay.
Yeah.
Really.
Oh, yeah, trust me. You're right. I am a fan of the cold because once we're done with this recording, I'm going to go take the dog for a walk, and it's going to be nice and silent and nice and cold. And I'm not going to have to deal with people out there.
First
Dude,
of all, that
that's
sounds great, except for the cold, you monster.
Right. Yeah, the only time I like cold is when I'm snowboarding, and I'm geared the fuck up with all my snowboard gear, snowboard strapped to my feet, ready to slide down that.
You don't want to see me in the evening that I will make you have a hernia, man. As long as it's not like 2 feet of snow outside, I will go on a walk with my dog with shorts and those fucking Crocs in 20-degree weather, and I have no qualms about it.
See, when I go
First
outside,
off-
I have to look like Baymax to make it in that weather. It's the only way that I can handle it.
Right. I have 600 follow-up questions. Why do you own Crocs? Go.
Because I'm a 40-year-old father of 3. Checkmate.
Dude, Xbox has Crocs now. Did you see that? They
Yeah, I
announced
almost
the
bought
Crocs.
some X Crocs for the lulz.
X Crocs, Jesus. Dude.
And there's the delayed I got that joke.
God damn it. Is it Croc an Xbox? Because everything's an Xbox. So can you
It's a
play,
Croc box.
Can you play an Xbox on your feet with the X Crocs?
So apparently, like the little things you put in the holes, right? It's.
I need you to start over right now. You start over right now.
There's vents, okay? There's holes in the Crocs, right? And there's little, I don't know, little emblems that you can put in the holes. They're called giblets, okay?
Hey, really?
I know this. I know the Croc lore because when I went
with me right now, because this sounds completely made up.
No, they're called giblets, and the Xbox one has like the buttons for them, so you can have like X, Y, A, B, LB, RB, and like they're little giblets you put in the holes of the shoe. I know Croc lore because when I went to Myrtle Beach and I went to the Midwest, my family loves Crocs, right? And there was a Crocs store, and I went in, and they're like, "You should buy a pair of Crocs." And I was like, "Okay." They're fucking plastic. How much could they be? Like $20? These things are $80. And I looked at that, and I was like, I looked at a $70 pair, right? And I was like, absolutely not. But I will drop like all the money on a fucking $70 game.
Yeah.
And I was like, not on plastic shoes.
Okay, so I think I see the confusion here. By Crocs, I don't mean name brand Crocs. I'm Midwest cheap here, folks. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So these are Walmart 1999 specials because they're going to wear out in a couple of years anyways, and then I'll just go get a new pair, right? It's just the nature of the beast. No. It's like Ray-Bans. You guys know the history on that?
No.
I know that they're the only sunglasses that look good on my face.
Yeah,
That's
well,
all I know about Ray-Bans.
Ray-Bans are considered premium, expensive sunglasses, but originally they were designed as cheap sunglasses that were used by jazz musicians.
Oh,
They were the bottom bin, non-fancy stuff. So, yeah, just remember when you buy stuff and it's in vogue or whatever you want to say, it's probably all of that the marketing and the way things go. It's cyclical.
Right.
Champion used to be the cheap stuff. Now it's expensive.
Yeah. Before I get into my drink, the same goes for, you've heard the story behind brisket, right? It's like a premium meat now, right? Never used to be. It used to be the cut they threw out, and the individuals that were cooking it, they cooked it for so long that it kind of fell apart and became a like delicacy in meats. But brisket used to be like the cheapest cut because it was so tough, and they found out how to cook it. So
I wonder.
Now I'm hungry.
This is going to sound super bigoted, and I really don't mean it this way. But is that like when Jews were in the ghettos, and like brisket is very popular in the Jewish faith and the culture? Does that have anything to do with it? Was it like really inexpensive?
yeah, it was in the ghettos, and they threw out the meat that no one else wanted, so they found a way to cook it.
Huh.
I don't know if it was the Jewish people that did it, but I'm not sure of the delineation of who did it.
Yeah.
But all I know,
Well,
is
because they like brisket. Not that they're the only ones that can.
I love brisket.
I know in my family, on that side of my family, that was a big deal. So
Gotcha.
that's just
Maybe it was the Jewish people.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've never heard that about brisket before.
Yeah. It was kind of like the throwaway cut of meat.
I'll go ask our people
I'm
that
big
run
in
our
meat,
space
so.
lasers and see what they have to say.
He's like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be culturally insensitive, and then jumps over the line.
I mean, fuck it.
I understand now that you said that. That's funny. Oh yeah. I'm drinking White Rascal. I'm kind of being a basic bitch too. It is from Colorado, Avery Brewing, somewhere in Colorado. I think it's Denver, Colorado. But yeah, refreshing orange peel, coriander. Just a good go-to. Not a cold drink, not a hot drink. Just a kind of medium ground, easy sipper. I might have two. I don't know yet. It's been one of those days. But yeah, we got about 2 or 3 inches here of snow, and it's been cold. And I gotta say, like, I have a newfound love for cold weather just because I snowboard. I got back into snowboarding now. So I'm like, ooh, got some fresh powder on those slopes now.
Nice.
And I'm going to go up Sunday and bust my ass again.
Oh,
and
good for
hopefully
you.
not
That's
break
great.
anything. So yeah, I think I fucked up my rotator cuff though. Pretty sure.
The one you're
And I think
moving
it
or
was
the
when
one
I-
you're not moving?
The one I'm moving.
Okay.
So it hurts to move it like this. I'm doing arm circles for people listening. But I did what's called a scorpion. Now, do you guys know what a scorpion maneuver is on a snowboard?
Is that when you face plant? When you're
Yep.
like you're almost facing
So-
forward, but the board is
You have
raised?
your heel edge on the back, toe edge on the front. You turn by basically angling. If you angle too much, you have what's called catching an edge. And if you catch an edge on your toe edge, you're going and then you're not. You just face plant, and then, because gravity and forward motion, your board flips over and hits you in the back of the head. So that's what we call a scorpion. I did that. I didn't like it, but I got right back up, and I think I fucked something up. But we're going to see.
Well, you look okay.
It's very common.
I mean,
Oh, yeah,
you
I'm
don't
fine.
look like I have something growing out of me in the wrong direction, or
Yeah. No.
that's great.
So, hey, we fall, we get back up, and that's how you snowboard. When
You be quiet,
I,
Alfred.
right.
This is very
Yeah.
Michael
What
Caine.
do we do when we fall, Bruce?
Oh, wow. That's where your guys' brain went?
Where'd yours go?
I get knocked down.
But I get up again.
Get out.
Thank you.
Never gonna keep me down.
Thank you. See?
Chumbawamba.
It takes a lot to drink. It takes a lot to drink. It takes a. Yeah, I don't even know the fucking lyrics.
Nobody does. They don't even know what they say.
Yeah.
Tiny boy. Anyway, speaking of 90s, we're in there. We're in depth. So yeah, life's been good. Life's been Metroid Prime 4 comes out tomorrow. Today, if you're listening to the podcast,
Never
very,
heard of
very
it.
excited for that.
What is
Shut up.
that? Is Nintendo
Shut
ever
up.
talked about? I don't know what that is.
It's Nintendo apparently. Actually, I went on the store to get the Switch 2 edition of Metroid Prime 4. Funny story, I didn't get the Switch 2 physical edition because it's fucking ugly. I got the Switch 1 physical edition, and I'm going to upgrade to the Switch 2 digitally. Did the digital upgrade. They have Metroid Prime 4 front and center on the Nintendo store, the
eShop.
online store. Yes, the eShop. And I was happy to see that. So, yeah.
Took them long enough.
I know.
Like the day before.
It's been getting really good reviews. I don't really care about the reviews. This has been my most anticipated game of the year, other than Clair Obscur.
Yep.
And I'm not saying that just because Clair Obscur is game of the year. I was super excited before Clair Obscur. We all were super excited for Clair Obscur before it was cool. Okay, we liked Clair Obscur before it was cool. Now it's super cool, and couldn't be more thrilled about that. But yeah, Metroid Prime 4 out today. If you have a Switch 2, go get it. Metroid Prime, the games are phenomenal. They're fun, amazing games. So I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, I hope it looks like it's going to be what I wanted out of a new Metroid Prime game. Maybe a little bit. I probably will want a little bit more based on the one small video of the desert area that we saw, but whatever.
Right.
I mean, that shit happens. We were spoiled by Ghost of Yotei, riding around on our horse across the planet with beautiful music and scenery. So what are you going to do?
Yep. We're going to talk all about that because that's one of the games I'm playing, and we'll talk about that. Yeah.
I jumped the gun.
Oh my God. Or you segued. Let's just segue right into it. I'm kidding. We're not going to get there yet. We're going to do a little housekeeping. And that's one of the reasons we have Caleb here on the show, because he is our state of the draft man.
Oh.
And Caleb, tell everyone what this fucking fantasy draft is all about and why you're awesome at it.
Okay. So the state of the draft. Welcome everybody. You're going to hear a quick overview of how it works. We've talked about it before, but we're going to talk about it again because that's what I do. Every year from roughly January to I think mid-December. It goes to the end of December, but most games don't come out that late. We all get 8 games that we draft. We all sit we don't all sit in a room. We sit in an online room, or you can sit in a real room, and you each draft 8 games, however you see fit. And then there are 5 pickup slots you can get throughout the year, bidding with a fake $100 that resets every year. So everybody gets 13 games, and then they are scored throughout the year based on Open Critics results. And whoever has the most points is the victor. So you've heard that before. You know how it works. If you have further questions, please ask in the Discord. We'd be happy to answer it. So a couple updates, because this is going to be the last official state of the draft, even though the scores are basically locked in. Matt's really happy about it. But I'm gonna recap a little bit about the November releases that we didn't talk about last time because they weren't out yet. So,
and before you get into it, you can follow along on our draft on Discord. So we have a channel. It has the link for the draft. It's public. You can see all the games, the standings, everything. So if you're curious about this, go check it out.
Yeah, there are 5 of us now. You already know Matt, Bob, and me. And the other 2 would be Mason and Solo on this year's draft. And next year, that's going to change. I will let Matt explain all that whenever he wants. But so November, the very first release that came out in November for this year's draft for us was Matt's Luminous Arise. And it came out on November 11th. now that that is done, and he received it's 87, so he got 17 points for it.
That's fucking solid.
It's very solid. And when he drafted it, I didn't tell him this, but I was really mad because I was going to draft it, and I know he was nervous about how it was going to score, just because you never know with any game really. But
I figured 80's easy.
once it came out at an 87, I was like, yes, that's kind of what I thought. I thought I was going to get up there. I know that he was very pleasantly surprised with that higher 80s, because most of the time the puzzle and those kind of games, anywhere between 80 and 84. Not that that's bad. That's still really, really good. But once you hit 85 or above on those games, it's like, oh yeah, this one's special. So that was Matt's. That was officially your last game, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. That was your last game that you were able to draft.
It sure was.
We'll leave it at that for now. And then the very next day, the last 2 episodes of Mason's Dispatch, he drafted Dispatch. They dropped the very next day. And on the last day of the draft, as we discussed, Dispatch did not have a score yet. We had all had heard great things. Mason was raving about it. Bo was raving about it. The internet was raving about it. But because all the episodes were not out, they did not want to score it, which is totally fair. Well, that score ended up being also an 87, which was pretty solid. Great job on that pick. Well, did he draft that originally, or did he pick that up? Do you guys remember? I didn't. I should have looked. Okay, that was a great pickup. Good on him for that. Congratulations on the 17 points on that guy. And then just over a week later, the last game in November was also Mason. He drafted Kirby Air Riders. That was November 20th. And that scored, it's settled right about at an 81 right now. It's still, some reviews are still coming in, but it's pretty much an 81. Which brings
still solid.
Yeah, very
anything
solid.
in the double digits, solid.
Yeah.
That wins you draft.
That brings us to December. December. The last 3 games. We started off with me on December 1st with Marvel Cosmic Invasion. And I will fully admit I was a little underwhelmed by the score. It's an 81, which is still awesome. I was thinking it'd be more like an 84, 85. After I've played it and platinumed it, which I did, my final score personally is an 83, but that is irrelevant with state of the draft. Close enough. 81, 83, that's very close. So I got 11 points for that. And then 3 days later, which is tomorrow, Metroid Prime 4 Beyond was also picked up by me, because Matt, even though he drafted that very first game, he got nervous, didn't think it was coming out this year, which to his defense is fair. We were all concerned that it wasn't coming out this year. So he dropped it. And he couldn't pick it up because he didn't have any money left. Otherwise, I probably would have let him. Honestly, I would have dropped it and said, I'm going to get Unbeatable. You get your Metroid Prime 4, but he didn't have any money left, so couldn't do it. So bummer.
I appreciate that.
That is sitting at an 82 right now. For people who are Metroid fans and they think that is a shitty score, how dare you? What's that?
It bumped up.
Yeah.
It did dip to an 81. It's back up to an 82. Good.
Well, it was a couple hours ago. I have not looked like right now. It might be back down, but it started off like an 84, and then it went down to an 83, 82 for a while. It dropped to 81, and then it came back up to an 82. So it's probably
Silk Song started at 100.
I know. Yeah, that
crazy.
Was pretty scary stuff. But yeah, so as of now, I have 12 points for Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but the game is not out yet, so the scores have not been added yet for that game. And then last but not least is also tomorrow, Bob has Octopath Traveler 0. Now, those early reviews have also come out, and it also is sitting at an 82 right now, or like a few hours ago. So Bob should pick up around 12 points for that game, which leads me to the current and potentially final standings, with one exception. Right now, the current standings with first place with 0 games left, Matt has 162.11 points. I am currently in second place with technically 1 game score left, which would be Metroid Prime 4. It has not added yet, but I have currently 157.6 points. However, I am projected to win and get first place. My projection is 169.33 points, which would put me in the lead by roughly 7 points. So there is a bit of a variance there. Metroid Prime 4 might drop a little bit more. Marvel Cosmic Invasion might drop a little more. I hope not more than 7 more points, because then I would be insane.
Nah, they won't.
I feel like they're pretty good where they are, though. And then in third place right now, again until tomorrow, is Mason with 0 games left at 125.17 points, and Bob's Octopath Traveler 0 has not been added yet. Same deal as Metroid Prime 4 for me. So he's in fourth with 121.09 points, but is projected to be in third with 133.4 points, which would give him roughly an 8-point lead over Mason. And then last but not least, as hasn't changed since the last draft, fifth place with 0 games left is Solo, 80.98 points. And the poor guy had a couple slots open, which he had never drafted before. I think he just spent
first time
too much money and didn't really get the point of holding on and waiting out for the rest of the year. It happens. Matt's been telling me about the draft for years, so I did have a small leg up, and then I knew a little bit better, which is how I was able to round.
I'm glad I could help, Caleb.
Of course. I mean, we'll see. We'll see how Unbeatable comes out next week. What that score is. I'm so curious on the 9th to see. Because if you had Metroid and you had added about 12 points to your score, subtract 12 from my score, I feel like Unbeatable would have to get, I think, a 90 or above for it to have been like a really close game. So I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious on that. And not to toot my own horn a little bit, but I also have $58 left to bid, and everybody else is broke. So suck it, nerds. But yeah, looks like I'm probably going to be the victor. I'm not going to gloat seriously until it is over.
Talk about the projections.
And even then, well, I did. I'm projected to win by.
No, you just talk about the current standings, but the projected.
Yeah, the projected score for me is 169.33, which would give me about a 7-point lead.
Right.
So.
Yep. So it's you, me, and Bob.
Yeah, you, me, and Bob are on the podium, unless Octopath, unless like everybody reviews it a 0 moving forward. I don't think that's going to happen. So.
I don't think that's the case. I'm about to do the meme of that guy that takes third place standing on the thing. He's shaking.
Please do. When you guys pick me up in January, you're just gonna spray champagne in my face and then like punch me in the mouth and then just good idea.
Go eat some cheeses.
Eat all my cupcakes, whatever.
Oh, dude, please! Oh my God, please have Lisa make us some cupcakes. Please.
We'll see what I can do. The only bad thing is it's right after the holiday season of nonsense, so she might just be like, "I'm not baking anything for a while." But
no worries.
If I ask nicely, I think she will.
Oh,
do you want me to go the basic? And by basic, I mean amazing. The chocolate chip cookie dough cupcakes that are probably the best that she does.
Yeah,
that's a basic chocolate chip cookie dough.
You had me at chocolate. Yeah.
No, chocolate chip cookie dough cupcakes are to die for. A lot of hers are to die for, but those are sort of like they please just about everybody. Because very few people don't like chocolate chip cookies, and if you do, if you're one of those people that doesn't like them, get the hell out.
Go to hell.
Yeah, just what are you doing?
What the fuck you doing? Get out of here. Yeah.
So that's state of the draft. Here we are.
Awesome. Cool.
Yahtzee.
Well, thank you. Little does Solo know the person that loses this draft gets replaced next year. I'm kidding. That is what's. It's not because he lost. It's because we are bringing someone in that has been wanting to be in the draft, and he's a little more ingrained in the community, the shapes of gaming. So we're kind of trying to keep it all shapes of gaming.
Sure.
And we are happy to announce that Burrito Supreme is going to be in the draft next year. So it will be me, you, Caleb, you, Bob, of course, Mason, and Bo. So we are going to have a draft episode. Will it be on video? Maybe. We're going to try again. We might break Zencaster again, though, because, we should probably talk about that because this is the episode after everything broke. We named episode 31 the one that broke everything because it pretty much did. And I guess it was just too long for Zencaster. We couldn't get the video up. We were trying. There was just technical difficulties. We wanted to record. We couldn't, but we're here. We didn't really miss an episode. We broke up the Game Awards episode, which we had a blast on. But that episode as a whole was 5 hours and 50 minutes long. So
4 hours and 20 of it was me.
Sure was.
Sorry.
No, we all had a blast on there. The Game Awards are upon us, a week out. And if you want to hear our, antics on what we think are going to win, who we voted for, who we think got snubbed, that is the last episode. And the episode after or before that, that's episode 31, part 1 and part 2 we released. So that was a blast to record. And we had a lot of fun on that one. So shout out to Bo. He's not here. He he's has some credit in the list we're going to talk about because, I mean, as you can see from the title of this episode, it's episode 32. So going as we have before, we're going to talk about our 32-bit games. That's PlayStation mainly. So Bo's a huge PlayStation fan. Yeah. He's bummed he couldn't be here. Having some throat things. We all are. I'm a little sick. So he wishes you all the best and was going to be here and has contributed to the list. So shout out to him. And we're happy and excited to have him on the draft next year.
There's one thing on my list that I knew Bo was going to talk about it before he even shared his list. I was like, I know a game that he's going to pull. So I was leaving it for him. But because he is not here this week, I am going to represent on his behalf, and I hope the one game. Yeah, excellent. I hope he's happy with it. We'll see.
Awesome.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, the Game Awards are upon us. I don't know. Maybe the next episode we'll do Game Awards, what we think predictions, because it'll literally be right before the Game Awards, and it'll release on Game Awards release day.
Yeah.
So that might be something we do. Who knows? But yeah, sorry about the technical hiccups. We're going to try and get that video out. I mean, I have a desktop recorded of me voting and like the whole spiel. And I mean, but we just couldn't get it to work. Zencaster basically broke. It collapsed under the pressure of our awesomeness. So we're working on getting a video version. Production guy, shout out to Alex. He's working on the video version. He's going to upload it directly to YouTube. Hopefully we're going to have that at some point. I don't know. No rush on that, but we'll get it when it's you'll see it when you see it. How about that? It's a lot of, I think total it's like 60 gigs of content. So that's a lot of fucking content. So it's like 5 video feeds, and then we have to compile it. So
God, that's like 1/5 of a Call of Duty.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, we'll get the video version up as soon as we can. But the audio version is out now. Go listen to it, and thanks everyone for listening to our podcast. We love our community. Thanks for joining the Discord. Thanks for being in the Discord. We're having a lot of good conversation there. We're having polls. We got polls up. I think the last poll we did, is it finished? I don't think it's done yet, but it's pretty much done.
The Claire Obscure one?
It was, yeah. The Claire Obscure poll, yeah.
No, wasn't that the one?
It's a Game of the Year poll.
Oh, I thought it was the ending question. Sorry, I like the one that you posted on Claire Obscure. That's what I thought you meant. Oh
yeah, that's in the spoiler channel. But yeah, I forgot I made that. I got to go check that. But we're doing polls. We might do a poll for this episode. What's your favorite 32-bit game? Might have a choice of, I don't know the limit there, but the game of the year, right? Exactly. The game of the year poll, to no surprise to anyone, Claire Obscure won that. So the game of the year, I said, what is your game of the year nominees from the Game Awards 2025? We got 11 votes. Claire Obscure Expedition 33 got 6 votes, 55%. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach got 3 votes, 27%. Donkey Kong Bonanza, no votes. Hades 2, no votes. Hollow Knight Silksong, 2 votes at 18%. And Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, no votes. So I think this is pretty indicative of what's going to win at the Game Awards. And I couldn't be happier. Another poll we had. Should we talk about this one, Bob?
Feel free.
Is a tater tot a French fry? Fuck no, it's not. And that's what won. We got 1 vote on yes. Let's guess who that one was. But then we got 5 votes on no. A tater tot is not a French fry. It's a potato product.
Wait, does Bob think a tater tot is a French fry?
Yeah, you want to talk about it?
Can I plead my case here?
I dare
I
you
know.
to.
Yeah, please. We're listening.
Okay. So French fry is a emulsified, battered, and fried potato that you eat with your hands and can dunk in a sauce that's optional.
And it's also French cut.
No.
Yes.
Spiral is French cut.
Yeah.
Waffle is French cut.
That's good. They're called curly fries.
They're called
Those are
waffle fries.
So my
not
point is,
French.
when you say fry, you have
No, you
subsets
said-
of fries.
You didn't say fry. You said French
Oh,
fry.
okay.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
Semantics. Yeah. They're
Freedom
freedom
was in Paris.
Excuse me, sir.
French
Those are
fry
freedom.
n'est pas. It's not
Excuse me,
French
sir. Those are freedom fries. All right.
Parce que c'est ça, freedom fries.
my point is, all right. So fry is a collective term used for all of the that whole food category, right? You do that with almost about anything. Steak, you have different types of steaks, cuts of steak, so on and so forth, right? A tater tot does not have that, so it's indicatively not its own food item. It belongs somewhere in the ultimate tree, and that's why it belongs in the French fry, because it's a form of French fry. You eat it with your fingers, you dunk it in a sauce, you can fry them, you can bake them.
Okay, so
I see your point.
I want
I
to
do
make
see
one thing. I have a question. This is two questions. One,
Okay.
what was
Okay,
the word? The
I
word
have
that
600 follow.
the word that you used was fry, correct? Is that
Yeah.
correct? So, do you think a tater tot is also a character on Futurama?
No, but that was great. I love
the
that.
whole argument is fucking blown apart, sir.
Caleb Schiff, ladies and gentlemen.
A tater tot
You know
is
what?
a
You
French
can buy-
fry
you-
adjacent.
You know what? You can bite my shiny metal ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love Futurama. But yeah, that poll, yeah, you got destroyed. No, it's not.
Keep fighting that good fight, Bob.
And then in the Claire Obscure poll, we asked, I'm kidding. I'm not going to say that because that's a big spoiler. So go play Claire Obscure. And if you have played Claire Obscure, go into the spoiler channel for Claire Obscure Expedition 33 and vote on the thing we asked that we're not going to say because that game is amazing and you need to play it. So yeah, we're the polls are fun. We're getting a lot of engagement. So we appreciate everyone being on the Discord. If you're not on the Discord, hey Bob, where can people join the Discord?
You can definitely go to www.tatertotsarefrenchfries.com.
Please tell me that exists and you're looking at it right now.
No, but I should register that domain.
Yeah, you should.
All right. So you go to pull up your browser and you go to shapesofgaming.com. From there, you will be taken to the landing page where you can find the links to all of our socials, all of the places to listen to us, the Discord, our Twitch channel, which we have been getting to more lately. And you go check it out, join the community. Definitely provide a lot of fun here, and sometimes one-sided debates, but still a debate nonetheless. But once again, you just go to shapesofgaming.com.
Wait, are you talking about the Claire poll or the Tater? Oh, no.
Bob's a master debater.
You know,
Master
I'm
debater.
not going to answer I'm not going to specify
No.
the question, but remember, gentlemen, what are the results looking at?
Yeah, it's 50-50. It's
Is it up to
split.
50-50 now?
It's 50-50. It's crazy.
Oh,
With 6 votes.
half the people are wrong.
Yep, half the people are wrong, half the people are right.
So if I can, that's what's really good, really quick, just because if you think about it, when companies pull analytical data like Mass Effect, which Matt wouldn't know anything about, is most people chose.
Fuck you, sir.
they can see that information and they go, oh, 80% of people chose XYZ, only 20% or 10% chose this one. I'm wondering what kind of data they're getting on the back end, that metadata over there. So I'm just curious at Sandfall.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is it? 6 total people voted or 8?
Yeah,
If it's 56. So what the data that I get from that is that at least 6 people are awesome because they've played and
Right.
finished Claire Obscure. Quite frankly, I mean, regardless of the ending, that's yay. Good job.
Yep. Yeah. And if you played and beat Claire Obscure, go vote. Let's get some more data in there. So we're having fun with the polls. We're going to create more of them. And we got some good engagement on Discord. So yeah, the link that Bob was talking about takes you to our socials. Shout out to Alex. He's doing a good job with the posting. We're trying to get posts up for the socials, Facebook, Twitter, all that. And yeah, trying to get ingrained with that and hype up announcements and get excited for a lot of stuff in the gaming world. So, but it's all about the conversation, and the conversation happens on Discord and the polls, apparently. So, yeah, that's been fun. So, yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all we have on housekeeping. What do you say before we get into the news? Let's talk about what we're playing, because we've been playing a lot of cool shit. I know, Caleb, I saw you were playing a game. You fired up a retro gem. Do you want to go first?
No, I can.
Okay.
I do have a small update for people who listen to the 6-hour episode. I had mentioned that I was finally going to play Alan Wake 2 next, and I am disappointed to report that I could not start it yet. But that's because there was some family shit last week, and the
No
week
excuse. I'm
before,
kidding.
and then last week is Thanksgiving, and this weekend I'm going to the Big Ten championship game because go Bucks. Hopefully we win. But I am very, very, very much looking forward to starting it right after Metroid Prime 4 is done. So it's still next. It's just it was waylaid a little bit, which kind of made me upset.
Yeah.
So in the meantime,
life comes first, man.
It does, but I was really looking forward to it, and I'm still very much in the mood for Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to get interrupted 65 times. You know, that's why I didn't start it.
That's true. I'm really glad you're playing Prime 4 on launch.
Yeah. I'm matter of fact, I was going to do it on the cast. I was going to get on and pre-order it like digitally, because I am going to get digital for the Switch 2 because it's a portable system, and you know.
Yep.
And the Switch 2 version is a fucking key cart, isn't it? Like it's not even the data's not even.
No, I don't think it's a key cart, but it just the banner. So there's two banners on the Switch 2 games. The banner with the key cart, and then you have the key symbol, and then there's also a banner. You need to download the Switch 2 patch to play the Switch 2 version. This is literally the Switch 1 version in a Switch 2 case.
You are right that the Switch 2 box art is horrible. It's so horrible. I hate it. I hate it. But anyway, so what I'm actually playing, since I couldn't start Alan Wake 2, I need a little bit of comfort food. So I started Final Fantasy V Pixel Remastered just because I felt like it. Just working on it as I did other things. I didn't really get to play that much. I think a total of like 6 hours over the last week and a half. So for me, that is very low. But I was very, very, very looking forward to Marvel Cosmic Invasion. I hadn't shut up about it on earlier casts. And I got it on the first, and I played it, and I've already platinumed it because I'm insane. The game is not that difficult of a platinum, to be fair, and I'm going to replay it time and time again. But I might have overdone it a little bit because like family left, and I was kind of left alone for a day and a half, and I was like, guess what I'm going to do? So I did that, and I love it. I think it's great. It does not exceed the Turtles game, which is unfortunate because I think the Turtles game had a little bit more going for it. The gameplay, while it's a similar brawler style, the music of Turtles was much more memorable than this.
Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
but
so good.
And like, even though it's a different developer, same publisher, but the developer, like a lot of their games have really great soundtracks and scores. And not that this one was bad. It's just a little forgettable. I don't remember one stage to another with certain soundtracks, which is kind of a bummer. But you know, you don't really play a brawler for the music. The music is a bonus. I do, but a lot of people don't really care about that. And I do think the game is slightly too expensive because of that Marvel IP. It's one of those. I knew that they were going to have to pay more, and so we consumers were going to have to pay more. But after having played it, I was like, man, if this was $25 or $20, it would have been. And it was $30.
Is it a $40 game?
That's $30. So
30.
If you buy it within the first, I think it's first week, PlayStation Plus at least, it was $27. It's 10%
Mhm.
off. I think on Nintendo it might be the same thing for the Switch too. Not positive about that, but I'm fairly certain that my friend said it was only 27 on here. So fine, but again, it's just like I think that's part of the reason that the reviews aren't as high as they possibly could be. But an 81 is not bad. It's not. It's just Turtles and Streets of Rage 4. That's in a league of its
Mm.
own. But Turtles Shredder's Revenge was I could make an argument that that's a better game. Still, if you like the Marvel
I
IP,
loved that. Yeah.
if you like the Marvel IP, Marvel Cosmic Invasion is awesome. They have lesser known like C and D tier characters from the comic books, which I love. It's an original story, albeit short. Also love that. I had a good time with it, so I would recommend it for
Okay.
people that like Marvel and beat 'em ups.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
That's
you
all I'm playing.
steamrolled that thing.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I did.
Mm.
Like I said, I think I overreacted. I was just like, I need this right now. I just play as everybody, do all the things. I think I beat it 16 times or something like that. I don't know. It was just like a lot over
Yeah.
and over again. Yeah. It was pretty good.
Heck yeah, man. Well, I'm glad it's good. I do want to check it out. I loved Turtles Shredder's Revenge.
Yeah.
That was so fun. Had a blast with that. So, and I'm a big fan of Marvel in general. So.
Last thing that I'm
And
going
it's
to
pixel art.
report. I forgot because you played Shredder's Revenge and you know that the online
Yes.
component was not
Garbage.
great. Yeah, there was like shit net code most of the time.
Yeah.
This one, I have not had many issues when I was playing with randos online. On occasion, they would drop out. I don't
Mhm.
know if they did it because they just fuck this. I'm not going to play anymore. They got busy. There was only once that I played during like a boss fight or something where two of the people that were joining me were just like running in the corner, and the boss kind of freaked out, and then they both dropped. But
Mm.
myself and this other person, because we were doing 4-player, we were both still there and we were able to finish it. In Turtles, I remember the game just like kicking you out or crashing. And in this, at least those people just were dropped and they probably ended up in their own instance. I don't know. But I'm very happy to report, in my experience, not nearly as many issues as Turtles online. So for the
Gotcha.
multiplayer component
Cool.
that's not couch co-op, wonderful news.
Good to know. Good to know. It's one of the reasons I don't have the platinum on the Shredder's Revenge, because
Yeah.
there's a trophy. I mean, you can't. You could probably solo it on hard without continuing.
I
But
did, but it was really
yeah.
difficult. April O'Neil was the hint. She
Yeah,
was the best.
April's. Yeah, I did a no hit Shredder run with April. That's who I used.
Yeah, very nice.
That was tough. So there's a trophy at the end boss with two faces. Of course, Shredder.
Yeah.
Oh, Shredder's Revenge and Trail.
Spoilers. Yeah.
But there's a trophy for not getting hit, and that boss is a nightmare. So
I was thankful that was not the case for Marvel Cosmic Invasion. There were no don't get hit on bosses kind of thing. And you could make an argument that it's too easy, but play the game solo start to finish. It's a lot harder when you're by yourself.
Oh yeah.
Especially on like stage 6 or 7 and beyond. Like there's some bosses you'll go, fuck this. You play with other people, the game is a lot easier though. I think that's a fair reviewers bane, where they were like, it was too simple once I leveled everything to max and then played with 4 people. It's like, okay, but was it fun? Because I still had fun.
Exactly. As long as you're having fun. You know what else is a lot harder by yourself, but is way more fun with 2 people? Bob, you want to talk about this one, or you want me to take
I
it?
feel like this is a sex joke.
No,
I mean, it could be. It could be.
I was going to talk about it second, just because we were both playing it. So if you want to lead into it, and then I'll just take it over with what I got, with the other thing I got.
Okay, yeah, I'll go next. I'll talk about the 2 games I'm playing solo, and then kind of talk about the game we've been playing together, and I'll let you piggyback off that and get into yours. How about that?
Perfect.
I like a plan. Cool. I have been playing Ghost still, and I love it. It's great. I've definitely seen some cracks in it, and I have some thoughts on it, but ultimately there are some like just joyous laugh out loud moments I've been encountering, and that's where the game shines. I just encountered a new area that I fell in love with, and I think is really where the game starts hitting its stride. Unfortunately, with Ghost, just like Breath of the Wild and a lot of open world games, Elden Ring, you can kind of tackle it however you want. And I accidentally went into the northern area, I didn't know. Like it just pulled me in and it started the golden path, and I was like, okay, I'm here now. And I should have beelined it to this area I'm in because I'm having a blast. And I think it's really uh, Bo said it brilliantly. I think it was Bo. It's where Ghost of Yotei really finds its identity uh, compared to Ghost of Tsushima. So this area. I don't want to get into too much, but I like the biome it's in. I like the environment. The area before that was really cool. Some new abilities I have been super fun. Combat's still really on point. And yeah, I'm having a blast with it. It's just I'm having fun with it. It started getting a little long in the tooth. I had to put it down for a bit. But hey, if you're not having fun with the game, there's probably a reason. It's probably, it could be something in your life. It could be the game. You just need a break from it. Don't push through if you're not having fun because you'll just get fucking salty. Okay. And that's kind of what happened with me. I was like, I just started picking apart the fucking game. And I was too harsh on it, I'll admit. And I
Where
was
were you too harsh
unfair
on
with
it, Matt? Was it in our text chains?
Yes.
For the listeners at home that need to know.
Yes. We have a text string. It's very active, and I'm very active on it. And I was dogging on Yotei. I would say probably unfairly. So I took a break from it. I played a game with Bob, what we're going to talk about. Just had a blast with that. But it just alternate your genres. If you're not feeling a specific genre, go to a different one and give that game some time to breathe. And I had been going through some pretty narrative heavy games back to back to back to back, and I think I just kind of got that fatigue. So it's important to be mindful of when you're gaming and you're feeling fatigued and you're ultimately just not having fun. Just go to a different game or take a small break. Come back, guarantee the game will be better and you will be better for it. So yeah, I'm loving Yotei. It's great. I have loved like I said, the area I'm in, ability I got. Atsu is awesome, and the story has been really cool. Graphics are incredible. The presentation is amazing. It has some jaw dropping vistas. Just the draw distance in this game, amazing. So, yeah, having fun. I think I'm like 30 hours in. I think 36%. So, it's a beefy game.
If I may, I gotta ask.
Go ahead.
That zone you're in that Bo told you to go to. The question I have behind this specifically is it something there with the identity? Is it because it's a story based? Was it required and it was just across the map, or was it just kind of that's the spot that ended up being the place where it all clicks?
I think it's twofold, right? Because this area wasn't really in Tsushima. This type of area, and the story has some very unique beats that are unique to Atsu's story and the time period. So,
okay, the only reason I ask is it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, and this is just poor, frankly, what I call weak game design or poor game, inoptimized, better yet, is if you start your story on an open world map, because that's what Ghost is open world, and then they say, hey, here's some places you can go, and here's this one, and it's way up on the other side of the map, and it's required. I kind of get overwhelmed and almost check out of the game because you want to kind of naturally lead the player along the path and they eventually get to where they need to. So to just kind of like jar them across the map, it kind of takes me out of the experience. Is that kind of what happened?
Yeah. So the zone I went to first was directly adjacent to the first zone. The zone I'm in now, that I think where it hits its stride, has two zones in between it. And I basically just skipped one zone, and then I loved the next zone. It was awesome. Yeah, no, I skipped. I didn't skip it. I'm going to go back to it and do it, but I skipped that zone, just kind of beelined it to the next zone, and then that zone has a lot of really cool story stuff and a lot of really cool, unique environmental stuff that I relate to heavily. But then I did a lot in there, but then the next zone I'm in is my favorite zone, and apparently your favorite zone too, right, Caleb?
It absolutely is, and it was the first choice that I made on my
Ah,
playthrough. And
yeah.
I will say I took the approach a little differently because it was in the marketing, and we talked about it a little bit before. With I joked that I wanted Quentin Tarantino to make this a movie, and he already did. It was called Kill Bill. Um, this game is unique enough in its story delivery, and this zone was a huge reason for that. I don't know why. I just really wanted to go there first, but what I ended up doing, I naturally worked my way up there, um, looking for X, Y, and Z. I don't want to say too
Hmm.
much, but it was
Uh-huh.
really cool for me to sort of do my research. I felt like a Ronin from that era. Just happened to be a lady who was a super badass, Atsu.
Hmm.
But when I got there and I experienced the narrative, I was like, shit, that's really unique. That's cool. And you're not done with the narrative up there yet, right? You're not finished with the
No.
golden path. Yeah. So once you finish all that, I hope that you feel the same way. Because it really
Excited.
did just sort of set things going for me. Not that I didn't enjoy my time before it, because I did, but I did feel a little bit like, I went over to the far west at first, and then the second thing I did was go up to where you are.
Okay.
And I was really glad that I did it that way, because then when I went to the zone you went to first, it was just so much better, because I'd
Ah,
had some more background of things, and I think
okay.
I let the game breathe a little bit more. But yeah, it was my favorite part of the game without question. I just thought
Yeah.
this is impeccably done, and it was beautiful. Music was cool. The tone was cool. The
Mhm.
characters that you meet up there were my favorites
Yes.
in the game, quite frankly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm really glad that you are back to, I'm not saying that you didn't like it before, but back to just liking it, just saying like, okay, I'm
Yes.
going to take it for what it is. That's cool.
Yep. Yep. Me too. Uh, it's fun when you enjoy a game you're playing.
Yes. I've been
So
waiting
yeah.
so long for you to finish this area so that I can send you a dumb fucking
Ah,
video. You're not even going to laugh at it because you're going to be like, you waited that long, but I can't send it to you until you're finished with the zone. I
okay.
just can't.
Okay.
So
Yeah. And then like the environmental technical mechanics, let's just say that, like the technicality with the assets
yeah,
in this environment. Whoo, best I've seen in any game.
yeah, they're
So
great. They're the best
yep.
in the game, I think.
Yep. Uh, so yeah, I've been playing Ghost. I was gonna try and finish Ghost of Yotei before Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, but that's not gonna happen. So whatever. I'll play Beyond and then go back to Ghost. In anticipation for Beyond, I fired up my Switch 2, downloaded that Switch 2 patch for Metroid Prime 4, and I just had to dive back into Dread and do some exploring and do some of the puzzles with the more unique ability. One of the staples in Metroid. I'm not going to spoil it, but there are some crazy fucking puzzles for just some power ups or additional items. So I've been having a blast in Dread. I played maybe like a couple hours. I might play a little more tonight, but just in anticipation, getting that
Cool.
Metroid zone, that Metroid feel for Metroid Prime 4. And I gotta say, Dread is a fucking phenomenal Metroid game. It's one of my favorites. It was just so well done. I know you didn't like the Emmy parts, but man, the the cleanup. How much percentage did you get in completion on that?
Me?
Did you do like some of the end game puzzles?
You talking to me or Bob?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you, Caleb.
So I think my overall completion percentage was somewhere around like 70, something like that, like
Okay,
70, 72,
that's
something.
a, that's around where I stopped it too. Now I'm
Yeah.
at like 85%, but I gotta
Okay.
say, like, do some of those puzzles, man. The end game stuff is really, really satisfying when you figure it out and you just utilize all the abilities you have to get that one item.
Yeah. There were some specifically like right before I went to the final area that or the second to last area, I thought it was going to be the final area, and it turned out
Yeah,
that I was missing one more thing. And I
yeah,
was really pissed off because I'm just like, I have no fucking clue how to do this. And then once I
right.
got to the end of the actual power ups, I felt very stupid because I thought,
Ah,
oh, I should have just kept going. Like that was on me.
ah,
But
gotcha.
again, it's a Metroid game, so I kind of
Yeah,
figured, let me do 4 or 5 things and then I can explore and get stuff. I just felt like I was
yep,
hindered more than in other Metroid games,
right.
and I don't know, but I didn't hate it. I still, I
Yeah,
respect that it was a good Metroid game. I just wish I didn't have to be done with the game to go back and do some of the earlier stuff. That was my biggest complaint. But 70-ish percent, that's not really anything to sneeze at, and I should maybe go back and 100% at some point.
Yeah, that's solid. It's a masterclass Metroidvania, incredible Metroid. So I'm having fun with that, but it's going to be fleeting because, dude, Metroid Prime. I'm picking it up tomorrow morning, or when this cast goes live. Not 5 a.m., but when Best Buy opens, I'm going to go fucking pick it up. Curbside pickup, man.
I forget because you've said it before, and I just can't remember which Prime is your favorite game before this one. Was it 2 or 3? Oh, 1 is your favorite as well.
Yes,
because 3 was like my favorite, and then I went back and played 1 again, and I was like, shit, this one's really good. But okay, good
Prime
choice.
1. Oh yeah, definitely. And then 3, 2. Nothing against Echoes. It's just the weakest of the 3 in my personal opinion.
Weakest of the 3 games that are all good.
Exactly. Right? That's like it's the worst steak on your plate. It's just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. Metroid, so pumped for it. But Bob and I finally decided to sink our teeth into Gears of War Reloaded. And holy shit, we had a blast. We played it on the +1 past normal. I think it's hard, just hard. Yeah. We played it, beat it, and we were like, we loved it so much. We did play it on Insane, and we beat it on Insane just last night.
Congrats.
It just reminded me. Yes. Yeah. It was fucking hard. Incredible co-op, just an amazing stop and pop, very, a puzzle based third person shooter. Like the enemies are puzzles, and you have to you can't just run and gun on this game, especially in Insane or even on hard.
Yeah.
So you have to really like find cover, pop out when they're not shooting. And I like those type of games. So it just reminded me why I love the Gears franchise so much. Bob, it was so fun playing with you. You're great co-op partner. Can't wait to play more. And yeah, just an awesome story. 1 is actually my least favorite of the 3 I've played. I haven't played 4 or 5. I'm actually really excited to play 4 or 5 when they come to PlayStation, because inevitably they will. But they did an awesome job on this remaster. The lighting, everything looks great. It looks like a game straight off like the PS4. It's really, really pretty.
It was pretty astounding for the time, for sure.
Yes,
the lighting
absolutely
was second to none at the time. It was incredible.
Yeah,
a lot of dark scenery and stuff. So, is your order 2, 3, 1?
Yes,
that's the correct order. just so you know.
Yes, yeah. 2 and 3 are like really neck and neck. I fucking love 3, but 2 is Bob. Ooh.
I feel like for the rest of the cast, you need to talk as Marcus, and he needs to talk as Dom, and that's it. Just yell everything at Bob. Just
all right.
Dom.
I loved Gears of War.
Yeah,
nice.
Dom, get up, pussy.
Yeah. Knock it off, pussy.
Hell yeah.
Delta. Control, this is Delta.
I know that's cool, but
yeah. Hell yeah. And then Baird. Dude, just the cast is so fucking awesome. And it's just it was a game I needed. Like I just needed a fun, action-filled, awesome game playing with my buddy.
Yeah.
And we fucking rocked it.
Some of the best.
I know you had a blast. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. Had a great time. And I don't know if we talked about this before, Caleb, but this is actually the only Gears that I've ever played.
Yeah, because I can't wait for them to release 2 and you to play it with Matt.
I will wait. I will be so down to do it.
We're going to stream it too.
Yeah. This was it was challenging, but it was at the same time there was a little bit of a handicap because Matt is a great partner. Like we were playing at some points where it was just like we're not saying anything, and it just we instinctively knew what the other person was going to go do. So there was it made it a little bit easier. It was almost like a cheat code. Like you said, we beat the final boss in 44 seconds.
On Insane without going down.
Yeah, congratulations. That's cool.
There's a trophy for it, and it's a 1.3%.
Oh, really?
There is.
What, the down but not out, or what? Is that what it's called?
Yes,
Yeah.
down but not out.
Brothers
so when
forever. Actually, I think
Brothers
it's
till
called
the end.
Brothers till the
It's
end.
the
That's it.
tagline. It's the tagline for Gears. Brothers till the end.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, you fight the last boss. In Gears, if you get enough damage, you go down, but then your teammate can revive you. So, the last boss will just pretty much one-shot you, and he has so many tricks up his sleeve. And we did it without even going down. So, and we beat him in 44 seconds on Insane.
That
The
torque
hardest
bow, man.
difficulty.
That torque bow.
Yeah, I
Is
fucking love it.
That's
Oh,
what,
dude.
that's what it was. Matt was throwing grenades, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just start going torque bow, torque bow, torque bow." And then, like by the time he was running out of grenades, I was running out of torque bow ammo, and it just lined up perfectly.
Yep. And then I'd torque bow, and then you a grenade. It was perfection. It was just a dance. It was awesome.
That's
so
great.
Yeah.
I was glad
you
to
and
see
Bo
that
ever-
little clip. That was cool.
yes, yes. I'm glad you liked it. If you and Bo ever play it, you got to beat that time.
Are you sure you want to
So.
challenge me to that?
Yep.
I
Challenged
wish-
right here. You
did
heard it
Xbox
first.
Did the Xbox have a time attack mode?
I don't
think it
so.
did. I
Mm-mm.
remember when I played it solo on Insane back then, just to see, because I was like, "Fuck General Rom." I remember him dying very quickly, and I think I just got lucky. I really do, because I was surprised. But when you sent that 44 seconds, I was like, I wonder if there's a time, if I could boot it up, but there's not. So
It's
Soloed shit.
but I think he has less health if you do that, right?
Oh yeah, I guess.
I would
he
assume.
would, yeah.
I guess I don't know that, but this was
Yeah.
way back when I was a younger man.
way back in them 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have been fucking 21
Damn it.
years old. That's a little different.
Damn it. That game's almost old enough to drink. Shit.
Isn't that great? Ugh.
Love it. Love it. I think we were all in our 20s in 06 because we're all pretty much the same age, same
Could've been.
age range.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
it
did
was-
it come out, like November of that year? Or was
Something
it
like that.
2005? Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it was. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really
Incredible game.
incredible game. I guess I'll just to piggyback off of you. There were two things that really stood out for me. Is one, as a remaster of, or however you want to say it. This was more of this is that weird line of a remaster / remake, kind of that treading that ground. It was pleasant going in and then going into the display options, Caleb. And just so you know, because it's not enabled by default. And normally in a lot of these games that have been up-res, sometimes you might end up with a performance mode, whatever. But this was multi-platform, and the only option that was there, and I immediately was like, "Of course I'm going to do that." Is 120 hertz support is not turned on by default.
Oh, that's a choice. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's a choice. But once you do, it's a game changer.
It didn't kill the
probably-
fidelity at all.
It's probably because your average person is still rocking 60 at
Dumb.
some point.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
And so maybe it would cause issues if the 120 was by default. Maybe it just wouldn't load up or something. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. But that's good to know that you have to turn it on. It's good to know.
Mhm.
That was one thing that I noticed. And then secondly, if you play co-op, you get jumped into you get thrown into the game, but there are no tutorials.
Right.
So just know that, folks. Yeah. Which was really interesting because we were one level down from insanity, which I don't remember.
Right.
Call it
Hard.
chaos.
Hard.
Or like hard.
I think.
It's above whatever it would be. Like that was very hard, and then insanity is like extreme. So we're on like very hard, and we're like, how do you throw a grenade? I don't know. We'll figure this out as we go along.
Had to learn to ride the bike again real quick.
Yeah.
I
But
do
here's what
remember when I first played it, like way back in the day, and even after the tutorial, one of the first things I did by mistake was just blow myself up with the grenade. And I was like, this game's going to be difficult. 'Cause they show you the trajectory, like when you're getting ready to throw the grenade. And I remember thinking like, oh, it's going to go over this wall. It didn't. That was on the original Xbox, and it just bounced back. And I looked down, and I was like, well, that was good. That's some of the best Gears memories.
Baird, one of your comrades, just an NPC that you play with, one of the four, he did that in front of me. And I clipped it, and I had to dive or I would have died. I was like, oh, Baird, what the fuck?
Yep.
God damn it, Baird.
That's a very weird thing to do.
I know. I know. Everyone hates Baird, but I told Bob he grows on you throughout the series.
He does.
So,
He does actually.
yeah.
But at
All
first,
right, we'll
he's like
see.
a frat boy you want to kick in the mouth. That's
Yes.
Baird in the first game.
100%. 100%.
absolutely.
I'm just like, shut up, dude. I do not like you.
So
He'll grow on you.
Did you guys play
Don't
any multiplayer online? Like
No.
versus?
I played one match.
I wondered how
and it was a shit show. Oh my god, it's a shit show. So sweaty. Just people are just running around, shotgun, dead. Just I was not into it. I just wanted to check it out.
Back on the original Xbox, I felt the same way. I was just like, not that it isn't fun. It can be fun.
Oh, it's incredible multiplayer.
It just wasn't fun for me. I was like, I don't want to do that. So I played a couple, and then that was kind of it. But I was curious now how it evolved.
I actually played a lot of the original, the 360. I probably played 40 hours of multiplayer, believe it or not.
Damn,
yeah. And that's around where I learned I didn't like multiplayer. So it's a really, dude, it's one of the best I think I played a lot of 2 and 3. I never played 1's multiplayer. It's really good multiplayer. It was very, very popular back in the day. Fun, just, jumping in, but there are a lot of good players in there, and Gears is a very technical game, and they break it. They break the fucking game, and it will break you.
That's a good piece of advice and warning for anybody that may be jumping into Gears for the first time, because it is such an old game. People have already figured out how to break it. And if you go into those kind of multiplayer games, I guarantee you there's no skill-based matchmaking, SBMM.
Right.
So you're going to end up where you're going against people who played this in their 20s, drunk as a skunk, played 40,000 fucking hours of multiplayer, got 100,000 kills. Go into this knowing that the community that's in there, and I say this in the nicest and most endearing way out of the world, is probably sweats. Just know that, who wanted to flex. Keep that in mind. That's why I'm glad Halo Campaign Evolved doesn't include that multiplayer.
Oh, I'm so glad.
The thing about that is I loved Halo's multiplayer so much, played the shit out of it. In the first game, we used to, LAN up our systems. I used to have, what would that have been at the time? Probably just Cat 5s. I don't know. But going in between our dorms at OSU, like out in the hallway, down the hallway, just these giant fucking Ethernet cables that were great. And we had such a great time with the first game. I mean, Blood Gulch, Prison or Prisoner, whatever that level is, the name of it. We played the shit out of that. So with Campaign Evolved, I was like, oh my God, am I going to relive my Blood Gulch glory days? I'm sure it'll show up eventually. Whether it's the online
as a standalone
version,
title,
like it'll be fine.
Halo Worlds,
but I'm very glad as well that it's not, because I will just you'll never see me again. I'll just be doing that for a long ass time, and
those were the times, man.
Oh, so good.
God. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you finished it. I mean, presumably, I know you're going to play more. That's great.
No, we put it on the shelf.
The clips that you have shown me looked very smooth, very great. It was nice to see it polished. That was cool.
Oh yeah, it's very polished for sure.
One final thought for on this before we move on to the next game is, Matt, you are now inducted. If they ever do a Army of Two remaster, you're my partner. Because the best way I can describe Gears versus the Army of Two, because Army of Two came out like a year later, right? So that's not that they stole the idea; they were developed at the same time, kind of a situation. Is Gears of War is like when you go to one of those really fancy restaurants and you pay like $150 for a Denny's mug of chicken Alfredo. It's amazing. There's no denying it, but you're paying a lot for a little. Army of Two is kind of like just a buffet, where you go where you go to one of those or rather a breakfast diner where you pay $10 and you get this massive plate with 2 other things that include pancakes, and then you get a plate of bacon and everything else. That's Army of Two, because there's more meat on the bones when it comes to it. There's more obviously diversity in terms of gameplay. We could get into that another time, but just that's where my mind's at. So you are inducted, because I could definitely use a partner. You were damn good, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Count me in. I'll game with you.
Yeah. Well done.
Get out of my way, Nom. Stop blocking my shots. Yeah, man, count me in. And you were awesome too. We made a really, really good team. Can't wait to play more co-op games with you. And we will stream it for you all. And we are on mic. And we had a blast. And I think the people watching had a blast. So thanks everyone for tuning in. And there's more where that came from. So
I want to know why Bob didn't join us for endgame stuff in Monster Hunter Wilds.
Right? Let's do Iceborne.
When?
No. Back when it fucking came out in February. January, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah, you know, I tell you, we can do it tomorrow night. You don't have anything coming out, right?
What's tomorrow?
Oh, how dare you? No.
Yeah, Matt and I will be there. It passed Hunter rank 40. You bitch.
Right?
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
We can't run anything with you if you're not high enough.
In all seriousness, yeah, we should all play that. That's 4-player. Bo would be in on that super quick, and there is some content in Monster Hunter Wilds I do want to play that you've already played, Caleb. So.
Yes, yeah, I've kept up with it, except for the very last one. I was like, I'm not doing this alone anymore. I'm just gonna wait.
We'll be there. Don't worry, we'll be there.
Bo will be happy to know, unless they've undid it with this last patch, that the dual blades got massively buffed.
Ooh,
nice. Yeah, dual blades got sick, and my fucking glaive has.
Bob plays dual blades too. Bob plays dual blades.
Oh, that's your main, Bob? Well, how do you do? There you go. Yeah, it got a huge buff. It was wrecking for a while, actually. Yeah.
We were wrecking. We were wrecking some arch-tempered Ray Dow. Fucking, we wiped the floor with him.
You know who's a fucking asshole to fight? Arch-tempered Uthaduna. As a glaive, as an insect glaive, apparently that was like the worst for that fight.
No.
And I could feel it. So I was just like,
I bet.
I'm supposed to jump around and flit about, and you're just this fat bastard that keeps going up in the air and slamming. Fuck that thing.
We got to jump back into that. So.
There are two others that. What's the one that you hate the most? Is it New Udra?
New Udra? Yeah, New Udra's a bitch. Yeah, and he's arch-tempered, yeah.
There's a big boy of him now, and he's a fucking asshole, by the way.
Excellent. Yeah, I need to jump back in there. What else you playing, Bob?
I guess it's a week of remasters or classics, huh? Because I went ahead and picked up based on the Shame episode that was recently came out. I said, you know what? I'm in between games. I'm not picking up anything new releases because of the holidays. So I can sneak in a backlog game and not really make any issues, and picked up Darksiders, the War Master edition, which is the remaster of, I don't remember when Darksiders came out, but this was back in early aughts, so just
like
keep that in mind.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago, like 15, 20, almost 20 years ago at this point. This was from THQ Nordic. This is so I'm going to be very generic on the story for listeners. Is in this case, you play one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, and specifically this case, you play War. There's a very good story surrounding, if you know about the 4 horsemen and your mythology with that. So think very angelic, demons, the kingdom of man, that kind of stuff. I think the story is pretty good so far, or it's pretty good in terms of what it's trying to say, and it sets up for a very good, compelling argument that comes down the line, and I assume with 2, 3, and 4, and so on and so forth. But overall, there were some pacing issues with its delivery. The tower can suck in my ass. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Remember when I was like, "There's one dungeon you're gonna hate."
That's the one.
That's the one.
Guess what?
I think Matt put it best for context for our listeners. Is he said it's kind of like a Zelda, and I don't disagree in that regard. It's 3D action platformer. You collect upgrades, you have zones, and then inside those zones are essentially dungeons, really. And there is one in particular that is the equivalent of the water temple from Ocarina of Time, where
Yep.
once you get it, you're like, okay, this is cool. But once you got through it, you're like, I'm glad this fucking thing's over. Outside of that, I think it's pretty good. I had to keep some things in mind in terms of when it came out. Like there was some, for example, there were some jumps that I was doing and I was executing, and I'm like, I know I pressed jump at the like frame perfect time, but the game didn't register it. And then I got pissed off and frustrated. And then I went, oh yeah, that's right. This game's from like 2007.
Right.
It didn't have the input latency that we do nowadays. This is a remaster, not a remake. So once I remembered that, I was able to kind of swing into it. Combat's amazing. I think there should have been ways to, unless I'm a dummy in how I play it, I think there could have been better opportunities to incorporate other weapons, like the Reaper scythe. I didn't use it all. The main weapon was what I used. I maxed it out. I hit things with a big ass broadsword, and I had a good fucking time doing it.
Yeah. No, that's true. The Reaper scythe or whatever is it was like a bonus. Sometimes I'd throw it in there just to be like, oh yeah, this thing still exists. Let me see what fun I can have with it. But you're absolutely right. It was that was kind of a product of its time.
Yeah.
With the combat.
Way to put it.
Absolutely. That's the best way to put it. But yeah, overall, I think I had a good time with this. I look forward to being able to play the next one at some point. They can. I'm hoping they tighten things up. Well, I've been told that the genre has kind of changed, so we'll see how that goes. And
you still have the combat. You still have the third-person action-based combat.
Okay.
Caleb, my question for you: you've played all 4.
Yep.
First of all, which one's your favorite, and where does Darksiders 1 lie in that list?
Man,
just for context for you, Bob.
No,
get better.
That's a tough question though, because I really like the Zelda idea. The cloning of Zelda was welcome, because most developers that tried to do it would fail real hard, and this one was like the closest to being a Zelda clone that didn't just feel like a ripoff. However, man, I'd probably have to say I really liked I mean, it's not a spoiler. You said the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse.
Yeah.
The one that Strife finally shows up and you get to play. Why can't I remember what the fuck it's called? Because it's not Darksiders. Genesis. Thank you. Yeah, it's like the prequel, basically. I really liked that, even though that's wildly different than the others. I think that
top-down Diablo style.
Yeah, because it worked really well.
Co-op.
And it was co-op, which was fun. And my problem with Darksiders 2, because I would say 2 would probably be my favorite, except I played it on the Wii U.
God, why?
Because I needed to justify my new system. And I was like, this
played it
game's
on PS3.
Yeah, well, I played it again on the PS4. And I liked it so much better with the
definitive edition.
Yeah. But the first time I played 2, I was like, man, this is rough. It was rough. It was still fun, but it just kind of paled in comparison to Darksiders 1. And then the definitive edition was great.
Yes.
I liked the loot. I liked that stuff. Some of it was a little frustrating with the RNG, where it was like, why can't I just fucking get this thing that I need?
You have loot rarities in 2, Bob.
Yeah. It's
okay. All right.
Dude, it changes the game.
It does. Unless you're really
one
unlucky.
Is my right. One is my least favorite.
Yeah.
But I love it. It's like Gears of War 1 being my least favorite. So, and then 3, Caleb?
My favorite character. As much as Strife is awesome. Fury, from the beginning, when they talk about her in 1, I was like, where's that game? I need to see what Fury is. And then when I played 3, I was like, yep, this is what I've been wanting the whole time. Yep. He's great. But it's between her and Strife as I like them all quite a bit, but it's between her and Strife as my 2 favorite characters. It's like when I'm feeling cheeky and goofy, I have more in common with Strife. When I'm really angry about stuff, it's Fury. It's in the name.
Yep.
So she's just a badass. I think she's great.
Yeah. The story concept and everything.
But the games do get better as they progress, I think.
That's what my point was going to be. That's why I asked you, and that's why I wanted you to input, because Bob, you played the worst one. But I wanted you to start with 1 because it sets it up for everything. My favorite is 3, then it goes 2, then it goes Genesis, then it goes 1. I love 1. 1 is an amazing, incredible Zelda clone, and it's an amazing game, product of its time. But yeah, it does have cracks. But that was my point. They just get better. And I think you're going to resonate with 2 the most because of the genre.
Okay. And that's totally fair. Well, I look forward to being able to do that because you're right.
Yes.
Darksiders 1, I think it's important. There are some games you should play first for the storyline,
Yes.
Depending on the length of the game, obviously, because Darksiders 1, even on a remaster, it's a good game, but not a lot of people can sometimes, and I don't mean this meanly, but some people can't separate the timeline that a game comes from. Just like with a classical movie, they can't separate the timeline that it comes from because, quite frankly, if you look at it from a modern lens, it hasn't really aged well. But if you look at it from the lens of where it came from, you're like, oh my God, this is an amazing game, right? And I gotta say, I really like War so far.
Exactly.
I fell in love with him the second that I heard his voice because I went and I looked the voice actor. He does a voice act. He does the English voice lines for a character out of League, and it was very distinct. So I was like, all right, I'm in. Let's do this.
Yep. Exactly. And the things that don't change: art style, story, the gameplay changed a little bit for the better. But you said you like weapon variety.
Each character is unique.
Each character is unique. But the art style, Joe Madureira.
Yeah.
Joe Mad. They call him Joe Mad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's the artist. He did Battle Chasers. Yeah. But he does the art for all of them. That art style stays. The core concept of the story stays. So everything I think you love, it stays, but everything you didn't love is going to change. Yeah. And
the world building,
that's kind of how,
the world building is probably the best part of the games. When you start with 1, you've been introduced to the world. Now you know the settings,
the council,
and things that happen as you progress in the other games. Well, artistically, they might not change in style. They will change in scope as you're playing.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, this fits.
2's huge.
Well. Yeah, 2 is a massive game.
And Death is an incredible charter.
Yeah.
All right. Good. Thanks for letting me know that because I need to take bite-sized chunks right now. So maybe I think I gotta know.
Let it breathe. Let Darksiders breathe. No, don't play it.
I think I know where I'm going next, and I'll leave it as a surprise for now.
Okay.
But
all right.
Excellent. Yeah, that's what I've been touching. Obviously, a couple other couple other games in the background as always. But cool. Without that,
dude, I'm so glad you played it, and thank you for taking our recommendation, playing it. I know I'm lacking on the backlog stuff. It's just, God damn it. I'm trying. I really am. I've got Metroid Prime 4. I have to finish Ghost of Yotei. There's so much coming out next year. I'm going to try and get a backlog in. One you've recommended. I started Undertale 30 minutes in. I can't really talk about that because I haven't played a lot, but I do want to finish that. And that's on your recommendation.
And it's not that long. It's not a crazy,
cool.
crazy long game.
Not unless you go for the platinum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm
a trophy whore.
You'll like it enough that you will want to, but
you will want to. Just know that you go from a short game to a little bit longer for a plat.
Gotcha. Like Inscription.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah. No, but I really appreciate you playing that. And the cool thing is 4 is going to come out maybe next year, maybe the year after. 4-player co-op. You, me, Bo, Caleb, and 1 sets it up. So all of the games after this take place during 1. And then 4 is finally the sequel we've been wanting.
Oh my God. I'm looking so
and it's 4-player fucking co-op. This is what we dreamed of when we learned of the 4 horsemen in 1.
Got it.
So
yeah. The hardest part is going to be us deciding who gets to be who. I feel like it'll be fine, but we're all going to want to be the same. Well, not the same, but we'll probably maybe we'll just play it 4 times. We'll just be the different players each time.
I like that. Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah. Because I really want to be Fury, but you really want to be Fury. But I would be Strife, but you also want to be Strife.
but I could be war and I could be death. It doesn't matter. I do like them
Exactly. I'd
all,
want to be
so-
Death too. Yeah, they're all incredible characters. It's just so brilliantly written. Anyway, yeah. I'm so glad you played it. And I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yay!
So cool.
Does that bring us
Anything
to
else you're
news?
playing? Or you want to get
Oh,
into news?
I was gonna say we can get into the news. Looking at where we're at on our
Yep.
in our let's just say I got one thing I wanted to run by you gentlemen because I wasn't sure if you heard about this. And then we'll talk about the other big news item that's been going on for like a week. Thanks to Mr. Keeley. This
Yes.
so this one thing that I want to bring to you guys' attention because I'm curious. I'm going to put this for the article of MP First. That's where I heard it from. They're the initial breakers of the story. But it was propagated out across the rest of the internet. They noted that the name for Control, all in capital, Resonant, has been recently registered in the European trademark circuit, and it includes the tags including video game services, miscellaneous products, and the production of entertainment in the form of TV and film. So this is important because, gentlemen, Control is made by Remedy, and where is Remedy based out of?
Not the U.S.
They're-
Amsterdam?
Correct.
Yeah.
They're in Amsterdam. So this is important to note, especially since we are, as of recording, just over a week out from the Game Awards.
Oh yeah, we'll see it at the Game Awards.
So Caleb,
We'll see.
so Matt, you think we're
What?
gonna see it at the Game Awards?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be at the Game Awards. I think we're going to get a trailer for Control 2, codename, or I think it's going to be called Control Resonance. Which awesome! You guys have all played Control, beat it, platinum.
Absolutely. Yes.
One of my favorite. Remedy is one of my favorite developers. Control is one of my favorite Remedy games.
Yeah.
So
Control. Remedy did Quantum Break, right?
yes,
Yes.
I think that game
That
was
was-
underrated, but it wasn't as good as
it
Control.
was
Is the
stuck on the
best.
Xbox One.
Yeah.
I would totally play it if they brought it to PS5, but it was stuck on the Xbox One, exclusive still to this day.
Yeah.
And I think it's stuck there. So yeah, Remedy did Quantum Break and just the Remedy verse, right? Everything's connected, but Control was by far my favorite. I mean, dude, I love Alan Wake, right? It's like the steaks on the plate, right? The Control was a better steak.
Control is the whole meal. It really was.
Oh God, yeah, just the physics and everything like that. So
Yeah, it was really well done. That's where I
straight
fell in.
mage.
Yeah, that's where I fell in love with the Remedy verse. Was Control. I was just like, oh, hey, what's this
Awesome.
Control that I keep hearing about? That's great. I got the Ultimate Edition. Sure, it's free or whatever. And I'm like, let's check this out. And it was like, oh my God, this is
Yep.
what Alan Wake was made off. Like I was sold.
Yep. And it has the bones of Quantum Break. From what I've seen some streaming and some gameplay clips of Quantum Break. They just keep learning from their previous games and keep making it better. I am beyond excited for Control 2. And I do think it's going to be one of the world premieres at the Game Awards.
I do
Control Resonance.
Yeah. The just interesting little interjection regarding Quantum Break and Control. One of the because I played Quantum Break, and I remember again with the film background and stuff and loving video games, I was like, oh my God, you guys are marrying the two. There's like you play it, and then there's like a TV episode with the same actors, and then you play
Lance Reddick.
and what's his name, Sean Ashmore, the guy who played Iceman from the X-Men movies and Fox back in the day.
Yep.
Like, and he was actually a much better lead than I thought. I kind of thought, I don't know that you can carry the game, and like other lead characters. I just thought, really, like fucking Iceman, really, like, and he did okay. He did okay. But I remember thinking, as much fun as I had with Quantum Break, I was like, it's not quite there yet. Control was them getting there, and having the little vignettes when you're walking around as Jesse and you see the TV pop on, and very Alan Wake like as well. But in Control, it was just perfect, where you could see the Doctor and you could see just things with real actors
Dr.
playing
Darling.
these characters while you're in the game, the graphical settings of the game, and it wasn't that jarring. Whereas in Quantum Break, there were certain times where when it went to the TV episode, it was like, oh, this is a very clearly, like slightly tonally different just because of the way it's filmed versus what you're playing. And they did that on purpose. It was a game and then a show. Whereas Control was a game that also had shows. It just worked so well. And without Quantum Break, I don't think Control would have gotten there. So it's really, really, really neat that they've given that they're running with Control, and I'm looking so forward to the sequel of that game. Matter of fact, on that most anticipated list for next year, I was like, is it not on there because it's not coming out next year? Or is it not on there because it's a huge surprise and we don't know it's supposed to come out next year? I really want it to get a release date next year. I do, because I mean, how many years has it been?
I think like 6. I think it'll be 6. Yeah. So we're going on 6, and that's around the development cycle. So I think it's due. And I think we're going to get a trailer with a release date.
Yeah. If not a date, a window at least. I'm pretty sure it'll be like, Q3 or something like that.
Yeah.
What if it came out March 11th, like every fucking other game?
in February 26th.
Mm-hmm. Comes out with James Bond.
It's just stay away from that GTA game if it ever comes out. That's all we can ask.
Yeah.
But yeah, so looks like Control may come soon. Keep your eyes out. We'll go ahead for the sake of our time this week. We'll cut it down. There's one other thing that we have to talk about, and if we don't talk about I'm just not doing any justice. And this is coming from this was actually posted on the 28th of November by Jeff Keighley, of course, who hosts the Game Awards every year. He posted a picture of a strange looking kind of demonic statue in a desert setting, and he
in the Mojave Desert.
Well, I'm getting there. He with just a caption of regal.inspiring.thickness, and then people figured out online how to break that down and determine that it's it. As Matt said, in the Mojave Desert. It is a real statue. It lights up at night, and ironically enough, I spent enough time trying to watch Jeff. He hasn't been, as far as I have seen, he hasn't been back on Twitter since. And it is the 3rd of December, and we are a week from the Game Awards. So Jeff said, "Hey, by the way, here's something. I'm not even going to tell you what it is," and then walked away and let the internet speculate from everything from Half-Life 3 to fucking Diablo 6.
Or
brilliant move.
Diablo 6.
Or he was abducted by the developers who are working on whatever, and they're just like, "What have you done?" Not even close to ready.
That's been the joke because it's off of Mesa Road. And people are like, "Mesa? Hey, hold on."
Why'd they do that? My God. The statue looks crazy. It's so detailed. It's got this creature with like 8 or 6 tendrils coming out, and it glows, and there's steam coming out of the tendrils, and it's just an amalgamation of skulls and animals, all in what looks like a doorway. If you don't know what we're talking about, go check it out. Just look up Game Awards Mojave Desert statue.
Look up Regal Inspiring Thickness.
Yeah,
nothing can go wrong.
Yeah.
Name of my
apparently those. Apparently, those 3 words, if you put it in like a specific geolocator, it takes you to that statue. So everyone thought it was code word for something else. Dude, the speculation is crazy here. People are saying God of War Egypt. People are saying Half-Life 3, Elder Scrolls 6, Diablo, an expansion for Diablo. Jason Schreier, a very well-known industry analyst, journalist, came out and said, "Nope, it's not Diablo. I know what it is, but I'm not telling anyone." So, quote, no, I'm kidding. It wasn't a quote. I paraphrased it. And I think, man, it might be Saros. So because here's the marketing behind it, right? Who does this type of marketing? It's fucking PlayStation does a lot of this type of marketing.
Do you think
right? They do.
I mean, you're not wrong, but do you think that they would do this kind of marketing for a game that already has a release date?
Yeah,
that we already know about? And that's really my only hang up about it, because
everything points to Diablo expansion. It reeks of Diablo. So I don't know. What do you think it is? Where are you planting your flag?
I know where I'm planting my flag. The internet has convinced me. I was with you, Matt, until I thought about it, and I'm like, wait, that game already has a release date, right? So it's going to probably be something that hasn't been announced or doesn't even have a world premiere, and it's gonna kind of conjunction with the Game Awards. And number two, most industry insiders are probably good on this. I doubt they're going to do a red herring because then that can like impact your notoriety within the industry. So I'm actually sticking with the Divinity line
okay.
because it actually makes sense. Like, I didn't play Divinity, but everything I know about it and everything I'm seeing here, and then if you look at the development cycles, I'm like, this actually makes a lot more sense logically. My hope,
Saros is a
Half-Life 3,
long
though.
shot. It is. Hope Half-Life 3. My hope is God of War Egypt.
Oh man, that'd be sweet. That'd be awesome. So they haven't like, nobody knows for sure if it's a new IP. Like, they haven't.
Nothing about it. No one knows anything about it. They know it's in the Mojave Desert.
That's all we know. And in fact, somebody knows something, and they're being very tight-lipped besides Jeff, because I don't know if you saw, like, I think I sent it in the group chat. Like, Devolver Digital went in and posted and said, "Hey, all right, we'll give it up. It's our game." And then the production crew, or the developers behind Vampire Survivors, came behind them and said, "Don't listen to Devolver. It's our new game that's going on." So whatever Jeff did is 10 out of 10 points. Genius move.
Yeah, it's
genius marketing.
And Devolver Digital jumping on that early on is just perfect for them. It's absolutely
it's made
perfect
from it's made from the bones of our interns.
Yeah, I actually, a couple of my thoughts early on, and this was like right when it started, and they showed just parts of that statue with the lights. That was the first thing I saw. I didn't actually see the without the lights. I didn't see it in the day. I saw it with the lights on, and I started to count the amount of lights and thought, is that the Sephiroth from like the Bible? Is that what we're seeing here? Is this supposed to be like a weird 7 part 3 marketing stunt? Because that doesn't fit. And then I thought Genova, no, that's just not quite there. It's not quite there.
God.
But I was thinking, like, shit, they could really do something crazy with all that. But the desert part doesn't really make sense. My other thought, just with demonic things, obviously God of War Egypt.
But the desert part does make sense, because in Disc 3, you go back to the desert to fight a specific thing.
Yeah, it does. In that regard. But I don't know.
Don't do this, Caleb.
Yeah, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't go there, because I just thought, is that? But I didn't actually finish counting the dots. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to be surprised. It's like a week out, or a week and a half out, whatever.
Right.
From when I'm going to be able to pay attention. But I thought, just based on demonic stuff, I thought Devil May Cry. We've been waiting for a new Devil May Cry. That'd be super cool. And then I even thought Gears of War E-Day, because that's kind of disappeared for a while. And
the thing that's throwing me off, though, is the bear and the wolf and the snake and the alligator man.
Yeah. That's,
what's up with those?
I don't know. I'm almost looking forward to not figuring it out beforehand.
Right.
Not that I would ever know if I figured it out, but I don't know. I don't get surprised as often as I used to. So it's kind of nice to just be like, what the fuck is that? And when it comes out and it's a garbage mobile game with gacha mechanics, I'm just going to be real mad about it.
I'm still convinced that this entire thing reminds me of the Simpsons episode where Krusty gets canceled, and then it's Gabbo. Nobody knows what the fuck Gabbo is. I swear to God, that's what this whole thing is, and I'm here for it, just for the pure entertainment.
It's Diablo Immortal 2.
Could it be you've played it, Lords of the Fallen 2?
It could. The
does that match?
Visuals are I mean, again, with the bear and the alligator and all that stuff, it's like, not that they can't do that in a sequel or an established IP, but you would think it would be relevant. You would think that would mean something. And I don't know. If there were Egyptian gods being represented, like, I'm gonna fuck up.
I mean, it looks like Sobek. It really does.
Sobek,
and it looks like Kratos. Yeah, it looks like Kratos' armor. I love Egyptian mythology.
Like, that would
not
be
as much as Greek or Norse.
Yeah, but I mean, that'd be incredible. Watch it be like the next Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, that's kind of like a pipe dream, right? Well, next Assassin's Creed game is Hexe, so codename Hexe.
Yeah, that's true.
Could be. Yeah, it's a pipe dream if it's God of War or even
to be
Saros.
Demonic, though. Yeah,
yeah.
I'm hoping,
it's Witch.
I'm hoping that it's either something brand new, or it's something that's been dormant for a while. Like, I mean, it's not this. If it were this, what? If it were like Legend of Dragoon and the lights were supposed to be all the Dragoon crystals, like that'd be super cool. But I don't know the demonic part of it. I mean, I guess I could make educated guesses on the demonic parts of visually for that game, but I just feel like that's too far of a stretch. I'd love to, man. If that were it, I would love to be.
What if it's intergalactic? Because we haven't seen really anything on intergalactic. What if, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still going the first party PlayStation IP route, but
Yeah.
like I said, it's a pipe dream. It's going to be for something we don't fucking care about. Probably it's going to be for some gotcha game. Who
even
knows?
thought
We'll find out in a week.
Like a Demon Souls, Dark Souls type thing. Like if it was a Dark Souls remake from ground up, like a Demon Souls got, I could see that. I don't know that would really require this much marketing. Like this is a really really smart move for them. Whatever is going on,
it's really cool.
And so I'm just hopeful that it's not a disappointment, because a lot of times we've been disappointed by some of this viral shit as older gamers, and hopefully this one delivers.
Abandoned.
God damn it. Fucking thing.
Fucking hate it. But yeah, interesting nonetheless. Brilliant marketing, and we'll find out very shortly.
Next week,
1
right?
week.
Week from tomorrow?
Yep. A week from today, if you're listening. Yes.
As listeners.
Thursday, yep.
That's what we assume. But remember, Jets, this is why I really love this, is Jeff didn't say anything about it being at the Game Awards.
You know it'll be at the fucking Game Awards.
You say that, but he didn't say shit, and then he went off the face of the internet. So I'm just throwing it out.
He's not trolling that hard.
We're talking about Jeff fucking Keighley. He will.
The ultimate troll with a smile.
Yeah.
He does it all the time. But
That's true.
I don't know. I feel like if it didn't show up at the Game Awards, I think it would work against them.
Yeah, it would.
The internet has very short attention spans and very short patience tolerance, very low patience tolerance, where I think they'd be like, fucking, it was a nothing burger, ignore this, and then it would just kind of fizzle out, and their marketing would work against them until it came back like, oh guys, pay attention to this again. That's just, in the past, I've seen that happen, and that I feel like that was not how they would operate for the Game Awards.
Not for the Game Awards, but I don't know. There's always the long con, and the internet loves the long con. So if you do something and then you let it sit long enough for the internet to collectively forget about it and put enough space in between, and then you come back, people kind of like a callback at a comedy stand up. They're gonna be like, I remember now, and it kind of rebuilds that hype. I'm not saying it's a smart move, but it is a possibility.
I want it to be a sequel to Contra Alien Wars. That's what I see.
Yes.
Present day fucking. That would be so cool. I realize that's ridiculous.
If you're listening to this, you want to see the statue, just drive to the Mojave Desert. No, I'm kidding. Go online, search it. It's crazy looking. I saw a video of someone like high res. They were going around it and showing like really detailed video of it, but it's crazy and cool marketing. We'll find out what it is in a week at the Game Awards.
Yep.
Yeah, the speculation is so fun.
It is,
and it's so cool to see the conversation going around it. Can't wait to see what it is, and I really hope it's significant, but it probably won't be.
We'll all know it's the next Mario game.
Right. That'd be sick.
Mario Demon Hunter.
Yeah. Heck yeah. Awesome. Cool. So anything else in the news?
No, let's get
right into it.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's dive into it.
Okay.
Get this party started.
Yeah, we are on episode 32. Per tradition, we do the top games of that era. We did top 8-bit games on episode 8, top 16-bit games on episode 16. Well, guess what? We're at fucking episode 32. We're going to do top 32-bit games. The most significant consoles in the 32-bit age, of course, are our beloved PlayStation 1, released in 1994, 4. I was should have went with my gut. 1994, and the Game Boy Advance in 90. You can look that one up. I think that was more 2000s.
I think it was 2000.
Yeah, we're gonna look that up. So,
Yeah.
PlayStation 1, Game Boy Advance. There were some more obscure ones,
Oh,
but
I'm sorry.
what?
I was holding up this finger. Not 1 second. It was in 2001. Sorry.
Oh, it was
01.
01?
Got
Okay.
it. Yeah, I knew it wasn't in the 90s. But yeah.
well,
Uh, and there were other obscure consoles, I think, like Jaguar. There were other
Sega
ones, but
Saturn.
we decided, Sega Saturn, that's significant. We decided to stick with mainly the PlayStation 1, of course, because we're a PlayStation-centric gaming podcast. And can't forget the Game Boy Advance. There's a lot of bangers on that. So 32-bit is basically the architecture of what the system's capable of. For example, SNES 16-bit, and the NES 8-bit, Sega Genesis 16-bit. So we are on the PlayStation 1 and Game Boy Advance. And boy, oh boy, there's so many, but we dialed it down to 7 collaborative picks and then 3 individual ones. So we're going to go through the top, what is that? 6, 7, 18, top 18 games in the 32-bit era. I don't know, 7 and then 3, 9, top 16 games in the 32-bit era. And we decided to have Caleb on because he's a huge PlayStation 1 fan. Bo's also a huge PlayStation 1 fan. I'd love to have been here. He was going to be here, but, things happen and he's not. But he did contribute to the list. So shout out to Burrito Supreme. He did contribute to the list. So we kind of just all listed our top 10, and we had some overlapping ones, of course. So we compiled this list of top 32 pick games. We'll start from the bottom, of course, like I always like to start.
Oh, from the bottom. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you're good.
You're good. Starting from the top.
All right. So you want to do it that? I'm okay with that, but I want you to know that list is literally just I matched, and then here they are. So I don't know if
That's
you want
okay.
to. All right.
Well, we burn through the bottom, and then we take our time on the top. Oh my god.
Yeah, giggity.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
we decided collectively that because a lot of these games, or at least the IPs, you guys have heard us talk about time and time again. So instead of having, the same 5 games that you've heard over and over, maybe we should, we're not going to ignore them because that's silly.
No.
We're going to talk about them because this is kind of where a lot of them got very, very popular. Not all of them, but a fair amount of them. They either got popular or they were so popular that a sequel came out that was just as good, if not better. So we were going to talk about those games together, and then we kind of had our own, 3 to 5 that we were thinking about. And I will be honest with you guys, I did not put mine in any specific order. I was, for my personal ones, I was just going with this one is often ignored, and I feel like people need to pay attention to it because it's not part of the big boys that we had in common. So we can go in whatever order you want. I am ready for it.
Okay. Yep. I say we'll do our individuals, then the collaborative one.
Oh.
And we'll do that for the first 3, and then the top 5 will focus just solely on those. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or first 3, top 4. Math. Anyway, Caleb, you are our guest, our honored guest. You go first.
Okay.
What is your favorite? I mean, your bottom favorite.
Well, I actually, I'm going to, since Bo is missing, I'm going to take this opportunity to use the game that I know he was going to talk about. So I was going to not have it on my list and then be able to talk about it. But for respect to him, I am going to mention Brave Fencer Musashi. It was a Squaresoft game, and in Japan it released July 16th of 1998, and in North America it was November 12th of 1998. So we really didn't have to wait that long for it. Are you guys familiar with this game?
By name. I never played it.
Yeah,
you haven't either, Bob. Okay. So Brave Fencer Musashi was one of these, it's an action game. There are RPG elements, but it's not a stereotypical RPG because of its action-based combat. And I will fully recognize that when I was trying to remind myself, because I loved this game, I rented it. I never owned it. I rented it a couple times. This was back in the era of, I love everything that Squaresoft releases now. Let me see what else they've got. And at the video game rental store, I walked upon this one day and was like, what is I've never even heard of this before. So I rented it, and My joke was that they just took the Zack Fair from Final Fantasy VII. Like the main character looks kind of like Zack Fair if he were a straight up
Nice.
samurai, but it's blocky and it's uglier. Zack is very different. If you go back and look now, you're like, nothing that doesn't look remotely the same. But there are similarities. There are some similarities. But basically, he's a samurai who is. I don't remember what he's actually doing, if he's like rescuing somebody, because it's been that long. But he can absorb abilities from the enemies, and it's action-based combat. So you go up with your sword and you like slash, button hits and you slash. And there are many like micro puzzles, I would say micro puzzles that you would have to solve. One of the best examples earlier in the game, there's these trees in this forest area that the enemies will try to shoot and knock them down on you while you're running past them and you're trying to kill the enemies and stuff. But you get to the end of this. I don't remember if it's a tutorial or if it's just very early in the game, but you get to the end of this zone and there are these trees and like a big waterway. You can't go into the water. You can't cross. So you have to figure out how to get those trees to drop and basically make yourself a bridge. So he can chuck his sword at one of the enemies that has the gun shooting, and you absorb that ability. So then you learn how to shoot. And again, I don't remember if it's MP or AP or whatever resource you have to use to do the enemy skill, but you then would like shoot the tree and it would fall over and make a bridge for yourself. But now you have this gun that you can use to shoot enemies. It's not really a gun, but it's cool because it makes you think outside the box. And again, this was 1998, and it was voice acted. This game was voice acted. Now the voice acting was not. It might not have been 100%, but there were things, and I really wish there was a line I used to say a lot to my friends, and I can't remember it now because it's been over 25 years. But I would say it all the time, and they would just get so mad at me in class and be like, "Shut up, Musashi," because it would be like, "Boy, you guys are really working hard." I mean, that wasn't the line, but it was something kind of cheesy.
That's awesome.
But Brave Fencer Musashi was sort of the game that kind of was forgotten because you thought of Square, you thought of another game we're going to talk about on this list, which it's not a secret. You would just think of those classic RPGs, and Brave Fencer Musashi just kind of came out of nowhere, quite frankly. And it was a nice little gem. It was. I feel like if people, at the very least, you should look up some YouTube videos. I'm assuming that somebody somewhere has gameplay of it.
Oh, of course.
It was a bit of a surprise when it came out. I'm embarrassed to say that I never actually finished the game because I had to rent it 100 times. I played the shit out of it, but I know that I've never seen the ending. I've never seen the credits roll. So it's a bummer that Bo isn't here to talk about that because I know that he loved Brave Fencer Musashi, and I'm assuming that he owned it and finished it. So maybe on the Discord he can pop in and give a little bit more information to people. But I thought we would be doing him a disservice if we did not mention one of the greatest games that he had on his list that I knew he would before we even shared. I was like, that game's got to be on there. I'm not going to touch it. So action RPG ish, fully voice acted, or not fully voice acted, but very, very much of it was voice acted, and it was a 1998 game. It was fun.
Very cool. Very cool. Who developed it?
Squaresoft.
Oh,
it was Square. I don't remember which. At the time, the business divisions. I don't remember. Right. I could find that out. I'll find that out for you right now because I should know that, and I don't.
Yeah.
What the hell, man?
Right.
Okay.
Thought you knew this off the top of your head.
Right. Well, the other ones I do, but this one I don't. So the developer is just Square. Publishers were in Japan. It was Square, and in North America, it was Square Electronic Arts. So.
Oh, so it was Square before they became SquareSoft, even.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, it's marketed by SquareSoft on the box, so it's tough to say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind then. I thought they merged near the Millennium, but I could be misremembering.
Well, they merged with Enix.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This was SquareSoft for sure, not
Square. Okay, all right. So it was before the merger. Yeah,
yes. Yeah. The first official game with the merger, I want to say, might have even been. I mean, well, the game that they made together was not the first game they released. So
yeah, I know where you're going. Yeah.
God damn it! But yeah, I mean, and then a few years later was Kingdom Hearts 1 on the PlayStation 2, and that was one of the last ones, the last official one that they developed outside of Square Enix, and then Final Fantasy 10. But
Huh.
But yeah, so anyway, that's
That's a
Brave
good
Fencer
one.
Musashi. It was a lot of fun, and it was an often ignored game of the 32-bit era.
Hidden gem.
Yep.
Hidden gem. All right.
So what about you,
Bob, do you want to go next?
Yeah.
Sure. I like to say, Caleb, you kind of inspired me because obviously I got my list, but then I got some older gems. I think do deserve some love that are not out of probably the top of our list. So that's why we got the shared. So if you don't mind, I'd like to talk about the next one to be a series of games that came out on the PlayStation. And that is from Bend Studio. Their breakout Siphon Filter or Siphon Filter, depending on how you look at it. This is a third-person shooter, spy action thriller style game involving bioterrorists and all kinds of wild, crazy government conspiracies, even. And it's I see both of you nodding your heads. I'm assuming both of you played this.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This game came out of nowhere for me because I was like, what's this game? It looks kind of cool, but it's not James Bond. It's not, Tomorrow Never Dies. It's not GoldenEye. And I really fell in love with it. I played the multiplayer with my friends locally. So that local co-op multiplayer, or not co-op, competitive multiplayer, that local one.
Yeah.
I played it. I had a lot of fun with it. I don't know if you gentlemen have gone back to this series, but I played the first one on the PlayStation's Classics catalog, and the reason it's so low on my list is it did not age well.
I was going to say, it doesn't seem like it would have held up that well to me, just what I remember.
Yeah, the controls are very antiquated. You've got L1 and R1 to like do that turn left and right in a 3D environment, and you got to be doing shooting at the same time, and then heaven forbid you have to do a sniper rifle. It's not that great, but the story itself is amazing, and I'm hoping Ben, being a first party, sticks around long enough, because Days Gone 2 would be really nice, but I'd like another Siphon Filter personally.
Oh, that'd be a Siphon Filter today would be wonderful if they did it right.
That and Resistance. We need those.
Holy shit, what if that's the statue?
Resistance?
Yeah.
That'd be
amazing. It wouldn't really make that much sense except for the way that the third game ended. It could.
Right.
It the bear and the alligator and shit. Never mind.
The statue.
Right. Just Resistance. Resistance was like, hey.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Man, Insomniac, a gem. No, dude, Siphon Filter, awesome. And then we were hoping that Blue Point would do one of the remakes, and they might still be working on it. We might see a trilogy come out. That would be awesome. But yeah, what a classic. Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
What about you, Matt?
Well, mine is also a trilogy. Originally on the PS1 from one of the most legendary first-party developers. That's by Naughty Dog. And this trilogy is the wonderful Crash Bandicoot trilogy. Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, and then Crash Bandicoot Warped.
Yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah. So just, man, I remember playing this game on original hardware at a friend's, and it was one of the few first games I ever played, I think. I played SNES a lot, but on the PS1, one of the first games I ever played on PS1, and it was awesome. Third person 3D platformer, really cool story, really zany character. Crash Bandicoot. If you don't know Crash Bandicoot, what the hell's wrong with you? You probably know Crash Bandicoot. And Aku have a good friend, listener of the show. He has the tattoo, like a huge tattoo on his leg. He's a huge Crash fan. But dude, they recently remade all three games. Toys for Bob remade them in a fantastic trilogy. If you've never played Crash Bandicoot, I think that's the way to play it. It's awesome. They kept the control. They kept the hitboxes. It's got that feel, but it's got way better graphics for the PS4. And then the Crash Bandicoot 4. I forget what it's called. It's about time.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, because it was a pun that it took them like 20 years to do it.
Yeah. Just fantastic. Really fun gameplay. All three games are awesome. I actually platinumed the remake of 1. And it was crazy because in the original, I had played it so much. I think if you play Crash Bandicoot, you all know Slippery Climb, right? I could never beat that game as like a 12, 13-year-old. Could never beat it. And I finally beat it. And not only that, I got all the boxes, all the gems, platinumed it as a 30-something-year-old dude. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm better than my 10-year-old self. Because, hey, listen, it's a thing. When you get older, you're like, do I still have it? Am I losing it? Right? I'm losing it for sure. But am I losing the skill of like gaming? Are the reflexes going? Or is the reaction time going? Sometimes it's like, it's concerning, right? And when I did that, I was like, fuck you, younger self. I did something you couldn't. So it was kind of fun. So yeah, dude, Crash Bandicoot, ton of collectibles, third person, some of the best 3D platformers, and yeah, classic.
Did you
Love
not
it.
do 2 and 3?
I did. I didn't platinum though.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And did you platinum? Dude, the speed runs in 2 are insane. You
platinumed all
didn't
3,
you?
yeah.
God damn you.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That's a feat.
No,
That
it
is-
was
I couldn't.
it was harder than I remember, especially in 2 and 3, because I thought that 2 and 3 got a little easier because you had more move sets and stuff. And while I
Yeah.
was playing them, I was like, fuck, these are harder than I remember. I mean, they didn't
Yeah.
have a platinum back in the PS1 era, but
Right.
still, I mean,
right.
you remember getting all the boxes and all the gems and all the things.
Yeah. And dude, the sound design,
Yeah,
just
really good. Word of warning for people that may want to pick up the original, like the trilogy remastered, because they did a really, really good job. But there is one thing, and I did not know this until I was done, and I felt very stupid for raging a little bit more, specifically in the first game. So the way that hitboxes worked in the original game, I'm fairly certain were in the shape of like an actual box.
pill.
Well, pill was how they did it now, which is why when you
Oh,
would jump
yeah,
off,
yeah.
if you were doing some platforming, Crash would slide off of things in the remaster that he wouldn't have in the original game. And that's because they just used pill instead of box. And that's such a weird thing to think about because it's not how you want to play a game. But there were so many times where I thought, man, my muscle memory is so good in the rest of this stage, even 20 some years later. Why am I missing this jump consistently? And then after I was done and I learned that, I felt kind of stupid. But I was glad to know that, and that helped a lot going into Crash Bandicoot 2 and 3. I couldn't tell you if that's true in 2 and 3, but I know that it was true in 1, so it made it easier.
Yeah. Literally why they called them hit boxes.
Right. Not hit pills.
Not hit pills.
So,
Yeah.
if you go back,
call out.
the first game is probably, I do think the first one's probably the hardest to do if you're so
easily.
used to playing the first one from back then. But great trilogy.
Not
great.
the time trials. Time trials on 2 are way harder.
Those
are tight.
Those are pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So classic from Naughty Dog too.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog, one of Naughty Dog's early games.
Mhm.
And crazy that they went from that to Jack to Uncharted to Last of Us now to Intergalactic. What a fucking banger studio, dude.
If you guys get to episode 64 and invite me back, Jack and Daxter is what we're going to be talking about because
Hell yeah.
I love Jack and Daxter.
Oh yeah, we'll get to 64 and you're invited. Automatic. You're on there. We'll do State of the Draft 2028, 2027. I don't know. There's like
foreshadow right now. If we get to if you invite me back to episode 128 for the arcade and the memes, we're talking about Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. But anyway, I digress. Why is Bob so excited?
Oh, I got an idea. We'll talk. We'll chat after stream.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, 64 will be next year because there's 58 episodes in a year, so we'll hit 64 like fall 26. So
cool. Well, I look forward to.
Here's your invite.
Yeah,
because you're gonna go to MagFest 27. So you know.
What if it's terrible? I'm just kidding.
It won't be.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Crash Bandicoot had to shout it out.
No, it's great. It was.
All
I
right.
mean, it was it's not the same kind of a mascot that we have for Nintendo with Mario or anything like that. But Crash Bandicoot was PlayStation's mascot in the 90s, like in the 94, 95, 96.
100%.
Yeah,
with the
until
megaphone.
things changed. Yeah, but those are absolutely worth talking about. Those were still people that I meet that are like, oh, I haven't played games in years, but my favorite game ever was Crash Bandicoot. They always talk about Crash Bandicoot. That was a different generation's form of Mario. So
Yeah.
Good
cool.
call on that one.
Yeah, definitely. So on to the collective one, the one we all agreed on. Number 7, not on the PlayStation, but on the Game Boy Advanced. The wonderful Legend of Zelda, the Minish Cap.
Dun, dun, dun,
This
dun.
game was awesome.
Oh yeah.
Love this game. It's classic Zelda, upgraded to 32-bit, and has the trope of he can shrink down because of his Minish Cap. Had some really cool dungeons. Bob, I know it's one of your favorites. I'm a huge Zelda fan. It's a great entry in the series.
Yeah, this is a really good, like you said, it is a good entry, especially for a handheld, because as you know, there are other Zelda games that came out on the Game Boy Advance. I know you know them very well. They're Matt. But Minish Cap is traditionally, when you're talking about Zelda in that handheld range, the Minish Cap is on there for the top reason. Like you said, you get to wear the little hat, and he's very snarky. I don't know if you guys remember that. He was kind of a condescending asshole at times, and then it was really fun doing where you're collecting the two different sides of a circle that are going to kind of be puzzle pieced together, and then that's what gives you rewards for the game. There's some really cool stuff in there. I loved this. I remember playing it, and this would have been AIT, which is like a training for the Army, like initial training stuff. So I didn't have access to a home console. I was out on the road. My Game Boy Advance was with me. And then
that's awesome.
It's kind of what kept me going through that time. Then between that and then eventually upgrading and going on to the later ones on the handheld, such as Spirit Tracks and stuff, but we don't talk about them.
Yeah. Well, Bob, fortunately, if you're deployed overseas, you don't have internet. There's the Xbox 360.
That's exactly what you believe it or not, that's what I did. I played a shitload of 360 overseas.
Don Matrick threw shade at that when they were like, "Oh, the Xbox One has to connect to the internet. What are our troops going to do?" Well, fortunately, they can use the 360.
You give some troops a bunch of 360s and then have them all connect to like a Switch and then do a LAN party. You can get some wild Halo 3 parties going. I'm just saying.
360 was better anyway, so joke's on him.
We'll keep our money and just play this thing that we already have.
Exactly. We don't need a fucking VCR with a camera.
So correct me if I'm wrong about the Minish Cap. That was not entirely Nintendo, right? Was it Capcom that helped develop
Capcom.
it?
Correct.
Yeah, Capcom.
Correct.
So that's because that was like the weirdest part when the game was coming out. I thought, what the fuck is going on? This is not your typical Zelda outing. And I was really mad. I pre-ordered it and they didn't get enough copies in. And the one time that I didn't go on time to pick something up, they sold my copy from out from under me. So I didn't get to play it at launch. And it was a rare game. I didn't play it for a few years, which is kind of a bummer, but it was great. The Minish Cap was great. I just remember being really surprised that it was I don't know if it's technically co-developed. I'm not sure if that's the right term, but co-developed.
It's on the splash screen.
Okay.
Capcom's on the splash screen.
Yeah,
that was along with Nintendo, right? It's not.
Yes.
It's not just that Nintendo published it.
So it was Capcom that was Nintendo helped development and kind of like guide it, and here's what it is. But Capcom was contracted at the time to do certain games. So here's where it gets really cool. Is remember Story of Seasons, Story of
Four Swords?
Yeah.
Or the Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. Got it.
I knew what you're talking about. Game Boy. Yeah. Game Boy Color.
Yeah, but it all comes from that. But yeah, that's what it was. It was Capcom kind of doing it. I wish they would have done it again personally, because I thought that they did a fucking excellent job.
I'm excited for that remake whenever it comes. But let's give us the Oracle games first, Ages and Seasons. Minish Cap was my favorite Game Boy Advance game. I mean, Four Swords was really good, but I'd say Minish Cap was more of a standalone core title that you're used to with Zelda games. Sure. So
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Zelda made the list. We all love Zelda.
Yeah, it was
Link's our favorite.
Couldn't not talk about it. It's
Zelda's our favorite. He's so cool.
That's what the statue is in the desert. It's that guy Zelda's game.
Twilight Princess 2. Holy
Ocarina of Time remake. You didn't hear?
Yeah, it's the shadow. Shadow Dungeon. Bongo bongo.
The Gerudo. Not bad.
Damn. All right, Caleb. What is your second best individual 32-bit game?
That's not on the rest of this list.
It's not on the rest of the list.
That's so tough. All right, I'm gonna go there. This game, I think it's underappreciated, but I think the game is really, really, really good if you ignore one very specific thing that I will get to in a minute. And that game, my friends, is Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is such a good game. Did I just ruin Bob's list?
No, but I'm so fucking glad you're talking about it. Thank you.
So Chrono Cross, the biggest problem with Chrono Cross is that everybody wanted a direct sequel to Chrono Trigger that was the same thing, more of the same. Because Chrono Trigger was wonderful. Like we talked about how great Chrono Trigger was in the 16-bit episode.
One of the greats, yeah.
And Chrono Cross, fun fact about me and how stupid I was back then. I'll just tell you. So the game Chrono Cross came out. It was also Squaresoft for people who care. It came out in Japan November 18th of 1999, and in North America it was August 15th of 2000. So almost a year later. But I played Chrono Trigger, and I didn't realize that Chrono Cross was supposed to be a sequel. I just remember seeing it. This is so silly. I was in a Kmart with my mom. She was, I would have been 15 years old. I was in a Kmart with my mom. I probably drove out there for part of my driver's test. I wouldn't have had my permit yet, so whatever. But I was out there for some reason, just helping her shop, whatever. And usually I would go back to the electronics section back when Kmart's existed. And I was walking past the case, and they only usually had like between 10 and 12 games. They didn't have that many. And I just see this case for Chrono Cross, and I see the cover with Surge and Kid, and he's like doing a thing. I didn't really think about it, even though in the logo there's a literal fucking time dial. So how stupid was I to not put that together? But for some reason, I just loved that cover art. And the dude who worked back in electronics had walked by and asked if I wanted to grab something because he knew me. And I was like, what is this game? So I grab it and I look at the back, and the back art and the little mock-up on it was so it was intriguing to me. And I was like, fuck, I really want this game. Well, one of the best parts of this story is it was mislabeled. It was only $35. So instead of being like a $55 or $60 game, I remember my mom, I would go back there and she would say, like, she'd just come get me when it was time to go. She came back there and I was like, can I borrow some money to buy this? And she's like, no, you already have enough game, and I just didn't have any money on me because I wasn't driving yet. I wasn't working at Taco Bell quite yet. But I told her, I was like, it's like, this game is new and it's not $35. Like, I feel like it's almost stealing, but bank error in your favor. Fuck that. I'm going to try to buy it. So she ends up getting it for me, and I paid her back. I started to play the game. I fell in love with the game. The music of the game is one of my favorite aspects of it. It's Time Scar is such a great track. The intro, when the violin comes, anyway, it's great. It wasn't until about, I don't know, 2/3 of the game through that I realized it was supposed to be related to Chrono Trigger. And I loved the game, even though it was nothing like Chrono Trigger. So I was talking about it to my friends, like, oh my God, that's like the next Chrono game. They ended up playing it, and they all hated it because it wasn't Chrono Trigger 2. And it was such a bummer for me because I just thought, if you could look at this game for what it is instead of what you want it to be, I feel like you would really like it. It was so cool that they dealt. I'm going to slightly spoil it. Chrono Trigger is about time travel, right? Chrono Cross is more about time differences. If something happens and you make a choice,
string theory.
It's string theory in a much lighter sense. But boy, did they do it well. It was a fun game. The gameplay mechanics were good. If people could get over the Chrono Trigger aspect of it, that game was awesome. And I feel like it was an underrated gem of the time.
Did you play the Radical Dreamers?
So I own it, and I own the new version that includes the Radical Dreamers. The Radical Dreamers, when it was a standalone thing, I played like an emulation of it, like back then.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is the re-release that's called Radical Dreamers?
Oh, well, so the re-release, I have not played the re-release yet, but it includes the other like mini game, whatever, that was not over here. I played that mini game on emulation, but I never got all the way through it. Then the Radical Dreamers edition came out, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. So I probably should have had that on my backlog list, but I played the original, so But no, I have not played the new one yet.
Oh, okay.
The release, so to speak.
It was a day one purchase for me, so that's why I got really excited when you mentioned it. The music still, it is very well done. For personally, I think that's the strong point. I think like what you said about the story is amazing. Think what if scenario, by the way, Matt. That's what Chrono Cross is. It's a what if scenario.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah. It is. Oh my goodness. It is very complex. It is not an easy game, and I think that's where a lot of people. It was just not only the sequel, but to be quite honest and blunt, Chrono Trigger's easy, especially when you compare it to Chrono Cross. Chrono Cross is very technical, very in depth, and it'll kick your ass if you're not actively paying attention.
Yeah,
action or turn based.
Great stuff. What's that?
Turn based.
Turn based, my friend.
Ooh.
Very unique battle system too.
I never played it.
Yeah,
apparently I need to.
Yeah, so it's funny. The Radical Dreamers edition was also a day one purchase for me, and then I was like, I will get to this sometime, and I never have because new stuff came out and things happened. But I loved Chrono Cross. That was a game that I 100%ed back in the day. All the party members, all the things that because you can get different party members depending on how you play the game, Matt.
Would you consider that a spoiler, Caleb? The number of party members?
Let's just say it's a lot.
I don't want to know.
It's just potentially
it's a lot.
But they're all unique and they're all written.
Yeah. Well, they all don't
better than others. Like
but
they're scripted. There's not a lot of building to it. Like I mean, Tales has a lot of characters. I mean, fucking Symphonia.
I don't want to spoil it on the cast just in case somebody does want to go look into it. We'll chat afterwards, man, because you're.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one thing I will say that's spoiler free enough is like even subtle things that you do in the game can affect certain party members. I'm talking as small as going to a zone that you didn't know would affect anything. If you go here first and then do this thing, you might lock yourself out of a party member. That is more interesting as you continue. But you're never going to totally neuter yourself and be at the end of the game with like one person. Like that's not going to happen. So you're going to be able to do it. But I thought that game was ahead of its time. I really did. And I would be.
I owned the Black Label. I owned the Black Label. It was
you bought it. You just never played it.
I booted it up. I played it. I never finished it. So I played. It was just one that I was like, this seems like it's going to be a long game, and I got other games to play.
It was very long. It can be very long, but it was fun. And
played it.
It does tie to Chrono Trigger eventually, and the way that they do it is pretty good, but it was not what the collective internet wanted. And gotcha. I wish people would have given it a chance and not judged it based on its predecessor, because that wasn't fair. And but the music really, the soundtrack and the music is my favorite aspect of that game by far.
Oh yeah,
so good.
Squaresoft.
Yeah.
I just forgot if it was turn based or action based. I played so much Tales. Sometimes everything blends together. So yeah, cool. That's a good one. Chrono Cross. Love it. That was a dual disc, right? Big thick case.
Yep.
Awesome. Good one.
Now I really want to play it. I'm so mad at myself. Like I just got myself super jacked.
Yeah, because you mentioned Radical Dreamers. It was remastered on PS4. So I'm like, maybe check it out. When?
Bob, did you play the Radical Dreamers edition?
Yes.
Did it run okay? Like everything was.
Oh, it ran beautifully.
Awesome.
It was very well done. I didn't platinum it, but that's because I'm not crazy enough to go do because you have to get all the playable characters, which means you have to play this game like 3 fucking times. By the way.
I was gonna say that'd be a lot.
So it's a lot to ask, but it was pretty much what I remember, and it has the quality of life features that you had with like the pixel remaster, so you can speed up, speed down, all of that good stuff. Right? There's no EXP manipulation, but you get all the other good quality of life features. So loved it. I definitely highly recommend it.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah.
Good deal.
Um,
Add it to your list of 0 games, Matt. You don't
Yeah.
have anything to play.
What do you want me to play first? Final Fantasy 12 or
Yeah.
Chrono Cross?
I was gonna say, yeah.
I'd probably
don't
say Chrono Cross, actually. just
honestly,
because
I
it's-
might say Chrono Cross. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
for multiple reasons. It's an earlier release, technically.
Right.
But I think it just depends on the type of combat you want. I really
That's
do.
interesting coming from you. I thought it would be a definite Final Fantasy 12.
I mean, I like 12
I
quite
like
a bit.
12.
Yeah.
But
Dude, 12's music is amazing.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll game it over and let you know.
Okay.
So speaking of RPGs, we always do one for the people, one for me. One for the people, one for me. The first one was for the people because I think Sci-Fi Unfiltered would have been criminal not to talk about it. This next one is for me. You people, listeners of the show might remember it, but I got to talk about it. And that's the turn-based RPG that taught me that RPGs could actually be really difficult. And that's Legend of Legaia on the PS1. This is a turn-based RPG that introduces mechanics of fighter elements. And what I mean by is when you attack or you go to do special moves, you don't learn them and then get to decide, okay, I'm going to now use this spell, and that because I hit level 16. You learn that as you level up, you have an action bar, and that action bar allows you to do different martial arts attacks, up, down, left, right. Think Parappa the Rapper kind of stuff. But as you level up, that bar expands and you can do more chained attacks in a turn when you attack. And if you get a certain combination correct, you can actually unlock a special attack. So think, down, forward has Hadouken kind of situation. You can do the same thing here. In this game, if you're not really in depth and paying attention to its mechanics, I remember the first time I played it, I got through the tutorial area, which is the village, then went out into the main map and thought, oh, just like any other game, I'll just go farm some experience. Worst mistake I've ever made. Got my face kicked in and realized, oh, this game means business. And it is really wild. If you like those wacky stories of think like post-apocalyptic, there's you're like humanity's think Xenoblade Chronicles, if people know what I'm talking about there, where like there's a story going on, there's this thing that the party needs to do, and they need to go avenge this person, or they need to go on this grand quest, and then they open up and realize that the world and the story itself is a lot bigger, and that they're only a tiny fragment of the bigger picture. That's basically the story of Legaia. And then it went on to make multiple sequels, but that's where it all started for me.
We don't talk about the sequels.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But it's definitely good. I think it's worth checking out at the very least for people who might be interested in a new turn-based RPG.
Legend of Legaia was awesome. It was another one of those rentals when I was just fiending for another RPG or another game of the era. And it was another one that box art. I walked past it in the rental store and I was like, what is this? What is this? And the art system you're talking about was very intriguing from the get-go. And like you said, when you unlock a move, like a hyper art, super art, miracle art, I don't remember which order. I would assume
you got them all actually in the correct order, I think.
Cool. Yeah. Well, there you go. So I remember thinking it was super cool that once you unlocked it, like you did it the first time, you could sort of remember it. So you didn't have to type it in every single time. You could find it. So you were rewarded for experimentation to try to get like, oh, if I go left, right, down, up, left, down, right, up, left, down, right, down, like you could just do all of the things that you could fit in. And as the game progressed, as your characters got stronger, your action bar would get longer. So you could have more inputs for attacks, which was, you could, I don't remember what the maximum was, if it was like 9 inputs or something, but it was quite a bit. That game was super cool. Do you remember the name of the main character? Start with a V?
It did. I would have to go look it up.
He just said Final Fantasy 12, so all I can think of is Vaughn. And I'm like, I don't think that's it, but I also loved Legend of Legaia. That game was so fun. Very neat.
Thank you, by the way. No, it was Vaughn.
Oh, what? Well, okay. Did he spell it the same?
Vahn.
Okay,
Oh,
so
nope.
he did not spell it the same. All right, so it was
No,
Vaughn.
he did
then.
not. Yeah, but
Well,
it was
look at
Vaughn. Yeah.
Oh,
How about that?
nice.
Yeah, I don't
Interesting.
know. Did you ever play that one, Matt?
No,
Legend of the
I
Gaia?
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's right up my alley, though. I need to check it out.
It was.
It is a
was
very
cool.
Mac game. It is a Mac
Okay.
game.
Okay.
I wonder how. it
Well,
would
you know
hold
what
up
else?
now. I kind of wish they would release it again.
Yeah. There's no remaster or anything like that.
The only way you can play it that I know of is you have to borrow my physical copy, and it is not.
Oh!
And I don't think
I
it's
have
cheap.
I have a PS1, so interesting. My next one is also a turn-based RPG,
Surprise,
and
surprise.
it is right. No, one of my favorite genres. Keeping with the theme, it is also a beautiful pixel art game, and published by Capcom. This is Breath of Fire 3
Ah,
There he
on
is.
PS1.
There he is.
Yes. Turn-based RPG, just beautiful pixel art, awesome story, really cool battle mechanics. You can literally turn into a dragon. It's called Breath of Fire. It happens pretty early on.
And Ryu
and
is the
Ryu,
character's
yeah.
name. So
Yep. Blue hair, so you might be into him, Kill.
yay! Maybe that's also part of it.
Maybe, yeah. Ryu's badass. Oh,
Was that
the
your
cat.
Nice.
that's what happened. Ooh.
But yeah, Breath of Fire 3, awesome game. Capcom recently put out a survey of what games would you love to see reemerge, and one of mine was the Breath of Fire IP. Love that
Easily.
IP.
Absolutely
Yeah.
love to see that.
Another one was Okami, which
Yeah.
ironically we got the Okami 2 reveal at the Game Awards last year, or Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
And maybe see that at the Game Awards. Maybe
That was the
some-
statue. Was Okami
Who
too?
knows? Yeah, Okami 2. It's the statue. But yeah, just really cool RPG, turn-based, and a lot of really cool characters.
Who was your
Epic
favorite?
story.
And why was it Tipo?
Ryu, because you can turn into a dragon.
He's got a point.
Yeah. So really cool cast of characters and just a epic, like I said, an epic story. So kind of in the vein of Dragon Quest, I'd say maybe a little bit. A little bit. The art style.
I could say maybe the art style. It's tough to
Yeah.
say just because of where Dragon Quest is now versus
Right.
where it came from then. You know, where
Right.
like
What
where,
was on the PS1 for Dragon Quest? Wasn't it like Japan only? Wasn't that 7 on the PS1?
Well,
Hmm.
no. I know what you're thinking of. Let me.
Oh, okay.
There
We'll
was
look it up.
there was a list. There was a list, and I don't remember off the top of my head that were only.
Yeah.
Right. Just yeah,
Yeah.
Breath of Fire 3, cool environments, really cool battle mechanics. What can I mean,
Yeah, it was great.
it's been a while, but it's a core turn-based RPG. So it came out in 1997.
Yeah.
It's one of Capcom's. So
I think
that's an IP I would love to see remastered or even remade or a sequel. Breath of Fire 5. So that'd be cool.
That was another one. I think we had to wait in the US. I think we had to wait a year for it, or maybe like half a year, because I know Japan. It came out. I think it was the second half of '97.
I know 8 was PS2.
Mm.
So yeah, the Forgotten King.
Oh,
or
you're
something
talking
like
about
that?
Dragon. I thought you were talking about Breath of Fire. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Breath of Fire is not on 8.
No, you're right on the Dragon Quest. I'm sorry. I thought it was 8, but it was 7 because it was
Yeah.
originally 7 on the PlayStation and then eventually got ported over to the DS version, which by the way is amazing, called
The DS
Forgot.
version.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Journey of the Cursed King was 8 on
Mhm.
PS2.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
was
the
the
one
one-
I'm looking forward to.
That was the one with Final Fantasy XII's demo. If you bought Dragon
Mhm.
Quest 8, I remember that.
And you son of a bitch, you bought it just for the demo, didn't you?
Yeah. We talked about this on an earlier cast,
I know.
and I
remember.
ended up getting liking it a lot more than I thought I would. I thought it was
Yeah.
really slow at first, and then I did not like the 12 demo at first either, which we talked about. And I
Mhm.
was like, well, this is a fucking waste of money. But then I went back
Right.
and ended up liking them both, so it was okay.
Yep. I think ironically, Breath of Fire, some of the Breath of Fires, they were ported to the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
So they're on Game Boy Advance as well.
Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah.
Because that's a series
really
I
cool
really
RPG.
didn't. Yeah, that's a series that I really didn't get to know too much. I knew of it tangentially.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
Just
you've
awesome pixel art. Awesome
never played any of
animation.
them, Bob?
I played one of the SNES ones a long time ago.
No,
That would have been what?
Two.
Probably. I was going to say it was 2, I think. But damn. All right, I'm going to have to check it out. Put it on the back burner or the backlog.
If you hadn't
I
sold
mean-
your Switch 2, you could have gotten on the Nintendo, the Switch Online, whatever free SNES classics and NES classics. You could have gotten
was it
there
on
and
there?
played it. Breath of Fire 2 was. I'm almost positive Breath of Fire 2 is on there.
I might have to check that
I'm
out.
going to give you the short answer of no, and we can talk about after. We can talk about that after the cast.
Nice. Cool. What are we on? The Collective number 6?
Yep.
One of the greats we talked about on our October Spooky Cast. One of the classic survival horror from one of the best survival horror IPs out there, close to Silent Hill. And that is Resident Evil.
Yes.
Resident Evil 2. Following our boy. Yeah. Following our boy Leon, which we'll see at the Game Awards maybe. I think we might see him at the Game Awards. We'll get a Resident Evil Requiem trailer.
I'm hoping,
Just
man.
saying.
I'm hoping.
Leon's going to be in there. Leon's got to be in there, okay? They were teasing 2 just constantly.
Well, I'm hoping that we get to see it. I mean, like just one last. As much as I don't like getting over shown gameplay and such, just like a little bit more to get me hyped again for February, because I'm really looking forward to Resident Evil Requiem.
Me
Big
too.
time.
Me too.
Big
And we're getting there, dude. We're like 3 months out.
It's
so
scary.
It's time to see more.
Yeah,
it is scary. It is scary. Resident Evil 2, along with some of the survival horror greats. Of course, we gotta give a shout out to Silent Hill 2.
Yeah.
Amazing. But Resident Evil 2 kind of it resonated with us a little more. I mean, this is like in your top games, Bob, and then in top games for you, Caleb. One of my favorites. They did an incredible remake for PS4. Recently, I think they ported it to PS5 too, increased the frame rate. Just awesome over the shoulder for the remake.
No more tank controls for the remake.
No more tank controls. But the original tank controls set in Raccoon City introduces us to Leon, introduces us to Claire, introduces us to Mr. X, and just like the gameplay and the stalking of Mr. X constantly. It was just masterclass survival horror. Story was awesome. Started in the RPD and you go just everywhere. I don't want to spoil it at all. Introduces us to Ada Wong.
It was really cool. In 2 specifically, when you had the A story with one character and the B story with the other character, and then you could flip-flop that and do the A story with the previous character. And the game did have some different scenes, which was really neat. And even though now we would argue, well, which one's canon? Because there certain things could not have happened the way that they did if you did both the A and the B routes with both characters. But it was just fun. You could replay it over and over and be like, oh, how does this what can I do if I go here instead? And I mean, most of the time you're gated because it is a survival horror and you can't just necessarily find that key early on or something. Sometimes you could, and you would get rewarded with a nice little weapon or extra first aid sprays or something. But my personal favorite of that was Resident Evil 2. Just it always has been. But we decided this IP, I mean, it was born in the 32-bit era. This Resident Evil was born on the PlayStation. It was one of the I don't know if it was a launch title or a launch window title, but 1, 2, and 3 were all on there. And they were all special in their own way.
Gotcha. I was just wondering because we all picked 2, but the IP as a whole, 1 started, and then 3 followed Jill, like Introduction to Jill.
Yeah.
Well, no, Introduction to Jill was in 1.
Yeah.
But followed Jill as a protagonist in 3, in Raccoon City, in the different Raccoon City. Let's just say that. I don't want to spoil it. I know it's a super old game. I don't want to spoil it though. But yeah, the Resident Evil series as a whole started here. The first 3, which are like some of the greats. Like, I mean, 4 was really good, but then after that, it kind of started falling off. And then they got back to their survival horror roots in 7. 8 was fantastic. 9 looks like it's going to deliver on survival horror. So this is where it was born.
Yeah.
The first 3. So, and the core protagonists, right? You got Chris, Jill, Leon, Claire, Ada.
Don't forget my man Barry.
Wesker. Barry.
This is not Chris's blood.
Right.
Best line in the games.
Barry. They killed Barry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a spoiler for the first 5 fucking minutes of Resident Evil 1.
And Brad. Yeah. What about Brad? You know Brad? He's a pilot. Yeah. He's so important. And he's good at his job.
That's not that generation. We could talk about that shit. That was great.
I think we're all a fan of the Resident Evil IP.
Yeah. I remember playing Resident Evil 2 so much before. This was before internet really kind of like I had access to it, but I didn't have access. Right. I played Resident Evil 2 so much back to back using the same safeguard that I accidentally unlocked the hunk and then the tofu missions and was like, wait, what happened? And then I went and read online later that it was a legit thing. And I felt so smart because I was like, oh, I unlocked a character that nobody knows about in my inner circle. And then I went online and everybody's like, you're an idiot, right?
When I unlocked tofu, I thought that I broke the game. I thought it just bugged the fuck out. Hunk was a different story altogether because that was kind of, it made sense. But tofu was just ridiculous. I was like, what have I done?
And for context for the listeners, to unlock tofu, and not really spoiler, but you had to beat the game 12 fucking times. That means you had to do chill. You had to do the 2 main. And by the way, there's 2 different versions of it. So like each character, there's 2 characters you play as. Each one of them has their A and their B side. You had to do A and B side for both characters to unlock Hunk. You then had to go and play as each character again in that same process in order to unlock tofu. And yeah, I thought I broke the game too.
But boy, wasn't it fun? Like you wanted to play it again. You finished the game, you're like, I can't wait to start over. And that
replayability was on point.
Not as often anymore. Some of it is because we're older. Some of it is we have less time than we used to. But I just remember some of those, especially in the 32-bit era, when you would finish a game, it was so good that you couldn't wait to play it again. Even some of the longer RPGs too. But Resident Evil 2 was the one for me that I just nonstop, just over and over. So many times. And like you mentioned earlier, Matt, the PS4 remake, I was nervous that they were going to just botch it. I just thought, how can you make it better? And they did a really good job with it. They hit it out of the park with that remake.
Yep.
Because they didn't. I mean, they didn't follow it 1-to-1, but good. They like cleaned up some of the things. They made it make a
get rid of the tank
sense.
controls.
And, but they kept that feeling of the original Resident Evil. I mean, you already said it. The RPD, the police department. That felt a little bit like going home. You walk in and you're like, oh my God, look at it now. It's such a cool moment.
Just cleaned up.
So yeah.
I had faith in their remake ability because of the remake on 1 for GameCube.
Yeah, they did a good job.
It was really good.
They really did.
So I would love to see a remake of 1 in the caliber of what is possible today. That'd be awesome.
Shit.
But give us the remake of 0 first. And Code Veronica.
Yeah.
Those are next.
I very much love Code Veronica. I know this is not what we're talking about on this cast, but Code Veronica is like the silent. Not a lot of people talk about that one because it was mostly on Dreamcast. I remember having my Dreamcast and being super excited for Code Veronica, and that game was fun. I'm looking so forward to that remake.
Yes, absolutely. So Resident Evil, had to give a shout out. The series in general on PS1, 1, 2, and 3. 2 being my personal favorite. I think you guys agree.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Awesome. All right, Caleb, what's your number 3?
Well, so I need to ask, do you guys want me to say something that is not another Squaresoft game?
Because
it's up to you, buddy.
Follow your heart.
Well,
follow your heart.
I wouldn't necessarily rate these higher than than the other one, but I feel like I don't want to be a one-trick pony and only mention RPGs. So
my next one's an RPG.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say the one that's an RPG. We don't have to talk about it. Xenogears is an amazing,
Yeah.
amazing 32-bit. That could be its own cast, actually. So I won't. Instead, I will talk about. I told you I had a list of a million. So I will talk about. There's 2-in-1 and 3-in-1, but they can all be lumped under the same thing because they're all rhythm games. And this was sort of the start of some of the best rhythm games and what transpired afterwards. Bob actually name dropped it a little bit earlier when he said Parappa the Rapper. But Jammer Lammy, Parappa the Rapper, those two were, for people who don't know, Parappa the Rapper, you were this dog who rapped, and it's kind of nonsensical when you hear about it. And my cousin was the one who
Onion Master.
he sort of made me get it. He was like, "Oh, it's going to be really good." And I was a year older and I had the car at that time, so I was able to go out again to the Kmart and find it and bought it. And when I started it, I hated it. I was like, "This isn't fun. This is just not fun for me." And then took it over to his house, and it got real fun real fast. it just did. But in that the sequel was Jammer Lammy, again another ridiculous name. Jammer Lammy came out in 1999 in Japan. All three actually. It was March 18th of 99 in Japan, and then over here it was August 17th, and in Europe it was September 10th. But that game you followed, it was more about guitar playing than it was rapping. But again, it was a rhythm game, and you could just come up with some really cool riffs when with the way that the game presented itself. If you played well enough, you got to like freestyle for 4, 8, or 16 beats, or maybe 16 measures. 4 measures. It just depended on the song. But once you kind of got into the song and the style of what you were playing, it was really fun, and it had some pretty cool music. But the other rhythm game that I needed to mention because of Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lammy. Did you guys ever play Bust a Groove?
No, I can't say I have.
So
I know of it.
Also 1990. Well, that was 1998. That sort of was created because of the popularity of Parappa the Rapper. They're like, oh, rhythm games are fun now. Okay, let's do this. That game, you were basically dancing. I mean, it's called Bust a Groove. But there were unlockable characters that all had dance style specialties. And I would have been 13 when that game came out. And I remember one of the characters, I think their name was Capoeira. I might be wrong about the name, but their dance style was Capoeira. And I remember thinking, why is their name Capoeira when the dance style is Capoeira? But that's what made me discover that Capoeira was a real dance. And I learned a lot about different styles of dance, because even though I was a musical person and liked rhythm things, we didn't really get that many rhythm games yet. So these were the first for me. And then eventually went on to like Frequency and Amplitude and some of the big boys, but and of course the Guitar Heroes and Rock Bands. But with Bust a Groove, I learned so much about a part of music, an aspect of music that I didn't know. And the music was fun. It was a fun enough game to play, and you could play 2-player. You basically had like dance-offs in Bust a Groove. But again, 32-bit era, that was sort of unheard of at the time. And instead of resting all my laurels on RPGs, because those were my favorites, and the PlayStation 1 had a million, and they were all really good. But I wanted to talk about rhythm games because I don't think they get enough love. I mean, this is kind of where it all started as well for good rhythm games, solid ones. I mean, even if you didn't play Parappa the Rapper, you know what it is.
Oh, I know.
Like Lisa knew what Parappa the Rapper was, and I didn't tell her what it was when I was 13. I didn't just walk up to her in school and be like, "Hey, look at this dog who raps!" Like that's not something that she would have ever come across in her normal life. But she knew who it was, and then we used to have parties where we would play Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lammy together. And then when people would leave and it was just my cousin and me, we'd play Bust a Groove. It was just, those were some actual good times. We didn't play the fighting games. We played those together. I mean, we also played fighting games, but those were the ones that we didn't hate each other after we played. Because, fighting game, you just want to fight each other in real life when you lose a lot or win a lot.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I wanted to do those a service on these lesser known gems list.
Very cool. Love it.
So Bob, you're up next.
Right. Yeah. I like where you're going with this, Caleb, because I like to talk about the lesser I don't want to say the lesser known gems, but the stuff that's not necessarily going to be on our like collective top 10,
Right.
Or top 5 list. Because I could tell you all about the RPGs that are on that list. The PlayStation 1 it was an RPG machine, and all types of
Damn
RPG.
good
yeah.
one.
Damn good one.
The best.
But I'd be remiss to also not acknowledge that the PlayStation 1 launched the careers of a lot of important people, launched the developers that we know today into the stratosphere. They were the leapfrog. And I think it would not be fair, as much as I was not necessarily, I enjoyed the games, but they were not on my top 10 list, is the awesome series created by David Jaffe himself, and that's Twisted Metal.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we do not talk about
Love
that on an objective top list, it's just not a good list. This is well known by a lot of people, but if you don't know, Twisted Metal is a car combat arena style game, and it's a very interesting plot. I always thought it was kind of fun because it's told from the story of like old school fighting games where you pick a character and you go through the different levels in an a la arcade. And then at the end, you get their version of the story because all of the characters and cars in the game are fighting in a tournament to the death, and you are every time you pick a character, you're playing out that person as if they won the tournament. And the carrot on the stick, if you will, is the person who wins the tournament is granted their one wish, no matter whatever it is. They're granted a wish of any, no matter the limit of power, money, imagination, any of that. And let's be honest, you're riding around. They've got the Netflix series, but you're riding around in cars, you're shooting missiles and Gatling guns and all kinds of other chaos, blowing people up. Definitely. I'm assuming you guys both played this, but
did
you? Yeah.
Oh,
all of them.
Did you play
all of them?
Spectre? Spectre was my
Yes.
Spectre was
that
my
was gonna
Hey!
that was going to be my next question. Is who's your favorite? Spectre? Yeah.
Yeah.
Loved Spectre.
Axel was pretty damn good too.
Damn, you're a man of culture.
Right.
Those were my top 2.
What a missed fucking opportunity when they brought out Destruction All-Stars to just bring out a Twisted Metal games as a service live action, or not live,
I know what you're saying.
ongoing game.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were trying to go into games as a service, battle royale. Twisted Metal is a fucking just a knock it out of the ballpark, man.
It's almost
I don't know why
low-hanging
they do
fruit
that.
at this point. Like, what?
It is.
Why are you guys not just picking that apple?
They
Like,
own the
I don't
IP.
understand.
Like,
Well, maybe NBC
what a
and
great
Peacock do now. Who knows?
Yeah.
It shows good.
Jaffe just owns. Yeah. Dude, I played a lot of Twisted Metal Black. That was on PS2, but
Yeah.
the original, the stories, like when you always beat the game and then you get the story and you're like, well, what are the other character stories? I want to play them all.
Uh-huh.
Like, this is unhinged as fuck, and I love it. So, yeah, great shout out. Great shout out. Twisted Metal.
I was actually surprised it wasn't on anybody else's list. Like when we shared, because
It's true.
it was on there. Like I told you, I did 5 and 5 PlayStation 5 Game Boy Advance. Twisted Metal 2 was number 6 on mine, which is why it did not make the cut. But I mean, it's great. Twisted, all of them were fun. Even 3 and 4, which are kind of the ones that people would say, it's not as good as 2. But I had such a great. I mean, Rob Zombie was in the fucking games in 3 and 4. I think he was in both. He was a huge fan of them. He did music for it, and it's so good. The Twisted Metal.
Maybe that's what the statue is.
Okay.
Okay.
I'd be fine.
Right?
I'd be fine with that.
Maybe that's the true form of Calypso. Who knows?
Maybe it is. Whatever. Good. I'd love that.
Right?
I would love that so much.
Oh,
you guys ever play as Mr. Grimm and die real fast, but also kill real fast?
Yeah, the hearse. Yeah.
No, the motorcycle.
Bike. The bike, yeah.
The hearse
It was basically
Shadow, I think.
Shit.
Was it Shadow?
Priest. It was the priest.
I thought it was Shadow. Maybe that was the car's name. Whatever. But that.
Right.
I liked all of them in their own way. Even Twister, who I was fucking dog shit with, because her ult didn't really do anything. When I would try, and I would just end up killing myself trying to suck them up in the tornado thing. But I loved that game so much.
Outlaw was awesome. His story was cool. Yeah, really good shout out. Twisted Metal. Hell yeah, that's a classic on PS1. Let's see. Well, I mean, I have another turn-based RPG, or do you want a third-person action adventure? I'll do one as an honorable mention, and I'll
Sure.
get into one.
Follow your
Pick.
heart.
Follow my heart.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Honorable mentions the third-person action adventure, Ape Escape.
Okay.
Good call.
Yep. I think there were 3 on the PS1,
Yeah,
sounds
which
right.
we need a trilogy. Dude, such cool gameplay. You're going around, you're collecting apes. There's a cool story, and you're Spike, and it's got it was the first incorporation of the dual sticks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, really cool. We'll love to see a trilogy of that. My main pick, a turn-based RPG on the Game Boy Advanced. It's one of the best of the IP. That is Pokemon Emerald or Pokemon Ruby Sapphire. 3rd gen Pokemon in Hoenn, and just that's kind of peak Pokemon, honestly. Diamond and Pearl were pretty good. Black and White, Platinum, they were pretty good, but Hoenn, man.
Those were the
3rd gen
first
Pokemon.
that were officially in color, right? I know that Pokemon Yellow had like some coloring, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't yellow, but that was the first one that had like a full palette of color. Right?
Gold and Silver was color.
Oh, okay. I never played those.
Yeah.
All right.
Gold and Silver? You didn't play Gold and Silver?
No. No, I played
2nd gen?
I played red because blue was sold out everywhere. Or I played blue because
Right.
red was sold out everywhere from the
gotcha,
dragon on the front. And then I didn't play it again until Ruby Sapphire.
Gold and Silver. They remade Gold and Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver for the game the DS. The DS. Oh man, 2nd gen was awesome. 3rd gen, what?
No. Afterwards, remind me. I got to tell you some cool trivia about the 2nd gen because the 2nd gen's not.
yeah.
I got something.
Lugia, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Lugia. Oh, I can't believe you haven't played 2nd gen. You played 3rd gen though.
Yeah.
That follows our protagonist in Hoenn. There are 2 primal legendary Pokemon on the cover, Kyogre and Groudon. One is the ruler of the land, one is the ruler of the water. This was back when the villains were actually trying to kill people, and one wanted to flood the earth, and one wanted to just make it all land and just erupt volcanoes and shit. And they wanted to find their respective legendary Pokemon to do it. And then there's one on Pokemon Emerald that is the balancer of the 2. He's in charge of the weather and the ozone. He's one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. That's Rayquaza. He's a fucking green dragon straight out of Japanese lore.
Awesome.
And he's awesome. He's amazing. But yeah, you got Metagross, you got Flygon, all the cool Pokemon from this generation. The legendaries were super cool, and yeah, just a really, really great Pokemon. They remade it for the 3DS, Omega Sapphire, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they made it 3D, which I really wish they'd do the remake of Emerald in the engine of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I would love that and get away from the 3D stuff. But yeah, I had to give a shout out to Pokemon Emerald.
Of course.
3rd gen is one of my favorites. Really great Pokedex entries. The starters were awesome.
Who was your go-to your main starter? I know you had all 3, but who was your main choice?
Torchic.
Mine was Mudkip.
Yeah, Mudkip was
so
cool.
cute.
Swampert's
I mean, they
awesome.
were all 3 of them were cute, but Mudkip. I mean, look at him. Just look at Mudkip.
Yeah,
he's so cute.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Yeah, his final Evo is really cool. But Blaziken, man, from Torchic, firefighting, just a really cool, just punching chicken. So yeah, 3rd gen was it is an incredible Pokemon. So I had to give a shout out to it. Originally on Game Boy Advance, one of the first games I played with a backlit Game Boy Advance SP.
Oh sure,
Remember that?
It'd be gorgeous.
Remember that breakthrough hardware?
The little square
where you didn't
that you flipped up.
Yeah. I used to have one. I traded it in, but you didn't have to have the light. It was backlit.
It's wonderful.
And it flipped like the Razor phone.
The batteries lasted like 10 hours in that thing, even with the light.
Batteries were great.
It lasted a long time.
Yeah.
That was that Nintendo magic. They knew their hardware was on point then. I'm pretty sure somebody stole mine in college because I had one with Zelda: The Four Swords, and I went to like grab it one day and it was just missing, and I thought I misplaced it, never found it. So I was like, yeah, somebody definitely stole this, which is a bummer because that was a great system.
It's a cool,
great game.
Cool system. You can find them. I mean, you're going to be paying a pretty penny. I think they're 150 to 200, but you can find them. And they, yeah, man, I was heavily into Pokemon, and that entry, like when Groudon's fucking awesome. I got Ruby first, and then Emerald is the third one that combined the two, and then the Battle Tower, just the Battle Frontier, awesome. So, and the anime, the third generation, is some of the best.
I've never seen it.
Oh yeah, Battle Frontier. Battle Frontier.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's really good.
You could literally sing anything right now, and I would believe that that's what it is.
I want to be the very best. Anyway, Pokemon 3rd Gen, peak, Pokemon Emerald. Boom, let's go. Game Boy Advance. Love it. All right, we are on our top 5 collective. And this one is also from the Game Boy Advance. A turn-based RPG solely from Nintendo. One of their first like solely developed RPGs, not Super Mario RPG. That was collaborative with Squaresoft. I know. But this was solely developed by Nintendo. I think it was Camelot involved, maybe?
No, Camelot was the developer. Nintendo was the publisher.
Okay.
Oh, I thought, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, Camelot. I thought was in charge, but
Camelot.
Yeah, Camelot.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. It was pretty much a first party Nintendo IP developed by Camelot, and on the Game Boy Advance. And man, this came out of nowhere. Just a new IP following our boy Isaac, and it was awesome. Just incredible. So you would go around, you would find that.
Didn't they also do the Mario Golf? I'm sorry, I just want to make sure that there was this game.
All right, so to help you out here, Camelot Software not only made the game we're about to talk about, they were part of the Mario Golf. They were also part of the Hot Shots Golf series.
Okay,
they have done a lot. They were very mercenary back in the day.
Gotcha.
But just I was thinking about it for if you're jumping from from the game that they did the RPG and then going to like a sports, even though they had RPG elements. I wondered if it was the same Camelot or if there was like a different thing. So, sorry, continue.
No worries. I fell in love with this game. I love this game. You could say summons in the battles were next level.
Oh yeah,
for that.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's pixel art, and they did a crazy good job with the presentation, the performance. It's got really cool characters. You find these little djinn, and they're part of your build, and however many you have are dependent on what abilities you can use depending on the elemental affinity of them. Just, I love this RPG.
It's really
originally
cool
for the Game Boy Advance. Yeah, came out in 2001. So, yeah. Camelot developed it. So, Bob, I know you're a big fan of Golden Sun.
Oh, absolutely. I was a big fan of Camelot from the very beginning, I want to say, is a way to say it. Because remember, it wasn't very well received. They made Beyond the Beyond on the PlayStation 1, which is why I didn't mention it earlier, because it's kind of 32-bit crossover. But yeah, Golden Sun was huge. That was one of the few what I remember is you could actually battle people with link cables. And I'd whoop my friends' asses. I'm not trying to flex, but I would whoop them so fucking hard because I was that super nerd that was like, all right, if I optimize this and do it this way, then I can have the optimal party build and be the strongest. And you're right. It was a great. I love those djinn as the summons.
It was just such a cool world. They did such a cool, unique thing with Golden Sun, and I'm so upset that we don't have another one. It's like, come on.
Yeah. What, there are 3?
Mm-hmm.
I only knew of 2. I mean, I know there's a third one. I never got to
Dark Dawn.
It's good.
The third one.
It's not as good, but it's good.
Right. 2 was great too. Followed Felix.
Lost Age.
Felix.
Is that what the second one was called?
Yes.
Dragon
Sun, the Lost. Golden Sun, the Lost Age.
Dragon Sun. Now
Dragon Sun.
I mean, Dragon Sun. Because if you look at them, the 1 and 2, like those originally were supposed to be one game.
Yes.
so they couldn't fit in everything. So then if you go back
Right.
now, keep that in mind in context when you play the third one. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, okay. I own the third one. It's for DS.
Yep.
I need to play it. When? Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Incredible RPG. Yeah, they did a lot of really cool things on the overworld where you got these psychic abilities where you could move shit, and it's kind of like a little Metroid aspect, if you will. You get abilities, you go back to the area, and you can access new areas with new abilities. So, yeah.
You remember how exciting it was when you encountered a Jin? Like every time you were just like, "Oh my god, what?" And they were hard. Like some of them were hard. Some of them were like, this is part of the story. Here you go. But some of them, like the secret ones, were really hard to get.
Right.
Yeah, that game was so fun. It was really, really good.
I'd love to see a remake of that. Yeah.
Me too. Big time. Give me that
Day
on the
one
Switch
buy.
too, please.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Anything else you want to say at Golden Sun, Bob?
I don't know. Did you guys ever tell the? I'll ask this as a question before we fade out. In the very first one, when you're in the village, did you ever tell the village elder no?
Yes.
Okay, so then you
say no.
So you know what happens?
I don't remember, but I remember going against it.
You can get a bad ending in the original Golden Sun when they say they give you the quest and they go, "All right, will you go save the world?" You can say they, for whatever reason, said yes or no. So if you say no enough times, they'll be like, "Okay," and then it gives you a cutscene of you going back to bed and the world gets destroyed.
That's wonderful.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I need to go get my copy out of my storage and just like do that because that's awesome.
Yeah, you do. Yeah,
it's on the other side.
You have an original copy of Golden Sun? That's awesome.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
You don't have yours? Duh.
No. I used to.
Was that one of them that was stolen back when you had that bad luck?
No, it's just when I traded in. Like an idiot.
So it's your fault.
Fucking idiot.
Yeah,
including it's my fault. Including Pokemon Emerald, I traded in, and that thing's worth $900 now. I know.
Shit.
I know. Stupid.
That's unfortunate.
Anyway,
shame.
I know it is. Golden Sun, classic on Game Boy Advance. That's our second to last Game Boy Advance game on this 32-bit list. The next one, PS1. We talked about it in our Metroidvania episode. One of our favorite Castlevanias of all time. Follows our boy Alucard on the PS1. Mixes pixel art and 3D graphics in the 32-bit era. That's Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Masterpiece.
One of the greats. It is a masterpiece.
It is my favorite Castlevania, and I don't think it will ever be beaten.
Same here.
It's that in Order of Ecclesia for me.
Nice. Mine's Dawn of Sorrow.
Weird, but Symphony of the Night was game changing. I mean, playing it, I remember thinking at the time when it came out, I was like, "Oh, it's another Castlevania." I just thought it was going to be more of the same, and then you just kept getting surprised. The character that you are, you don't really know that much about, and then you go through and you see the beginning. You're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And you play, and then you think you're done. I mean, the game was it was one of the best parts of the 32-bit era. In one of your favorite genres, the Metroidvanias. It's unfortunate whenever a new Metroid or a Metroidvania comes out, I always have to compare it to Symphony of the Night just because that's like, you want to do it justice, rip off this game because that's
and Bloodstain did,
and
it was a really good spiritual successor to Symphony. Give us Castlevania. Give us a new Castlevania, Konami. You've been re-emerging your IPs. We're seeing some Metal Gear Solid. We're seeing some Silent Hill. Give us some love to Castlevania. Let's see a new Castlevania trailer at the Game Awards. I will lose my shit.
Maybe that's the stat.
Okay.
I mean, don't you do that to him, Ricky Bobby?
Yeah.
It fucking matches.
It's demonic.
It is demonic,
hellish, and that could be.
It checks out.
What's the Soul Forger? Whatever the fuck. Like, there's a lot of things that could mean. I'm just gonna break Matt by the end of this episode.
Jesus.
That's my goal,
dude. You know what he said? Oh, I wonder if it's the third entry to the Final Fantasy VII remake. He's like, it kind of reminds me of this. I'm like, you stop it. You
Kinda
stop it
remind-
right
I mean,
fucking now.
It looked a little bit like Genova when I first saw the thing with the lights. And if you're familiar with the Sephiroth in like biblical stuff, not Sephiroth, but that's where the name Sephiroth comes from. There are, I don't remember the exact number of points, if it's 7 or 9 or whatever. But when I saw those glowing dots, that was my first thought. I was like, is that supposed to be the Sephiroth and then Genova? That's kind of weird. And then they showed like a bear, and I was like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah,
That could be Castlevania.
it could be Castlevania. It's
No.
not. It's
We'll find out in a week.
yeah.
We'll
I'm
find out
just
in a
gonna
week.
text
Bob, you
Matt
play it.
every 5 minutes another thing just to piss him off.
God damn it. I'll just blow up the text chat. That's
Yeah.
all I'll do. I'm just annoy the shit out of you. Bob, you played Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You loved it.
Yeah, I played Symphony of the Night, but you guys cover it. It's your guys' glaze, so have at it.
Yep. This next one, though,
This
is
is
definitely
Bob.
your glaze.
Yeah.
This is your glaze, Bob. Another Konami IP, back-to-back Konami IPs, because they were cooking on the PS1 era.
This was pre-Pachinko Konami.
Exactly. From our boy Hideo Kojima, the legendary, my favorite in the series, easily, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh,
Yeah.
baby.
You're pretty good.
Kept you waiting, huh?
No,
Kept you waiting.
Yeah, you're right.
Take it away, Bob. Take it away. Glaze it. All right. Otacon, I pee-peed my pants.
I
sticker.
pee my pants. I could talk about this game for hours. This could be an entire cast itself.
Give us an hour synopsis on the entire game. Go.
You know, you say that, but I knew a buddy in high school that wrote an English report on it. He was writing an original story, quote unquote. So he just wrote the synopsis for Metal Gear Solid and then got his paper turned away, not for plagiarism, but because the script was too fucking long. So the teacher was like, I'm not grading 24 pages.
You asked for this, Mrs. Whatever.
Yeah. No, you're right. This started it. This launched Kojima into the stratosphere. As you know, he had other games. I know their other previous stuff, but those tend to be Japan only. I'm not going to get into the nuanced details of technically you can play some of them now on the States, but Metal Gear Solid itself, spy action. This game literally was one of probably the inspired video game reasons for me to join the fucking military, because I wanted to be Snake. He was cool. He was deadly. He was like, he was just suave in a different type of like. James Bond is suave, and then there is Snake, and Snake felt more grounded and realistic.
Grizzly.
Is
your favorite Snake?
You just wanted to meet a Meryl. Don't you lie to us.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you put that on me because it may be true.
Is he your favorite Snake? Solid Snake?
Oh yeah, hands down, easily. Now, don't get me wrong, Liquid's great. I really like Liquid as a character. And then we don't talk about the other one. So
hello,
much.
brother.
Hey, Liquid. And I still stand by to this day that you can go play Metal Gear Solid, and as long as you just remember it's from 1999, I promise you're going to enjoy it. It's a story.
Just remember that
it's a story-rich game, and I remember like the really weird thing about this game is I can only talk about so much without spoiling it, because some of the different, oh my god, that you can do this in a video game kind of a situation came from him, and there was stuff that I even still discovered years and years later that I was like, why didn't I ever think about that? And then that carries all the way down into 2025 with Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, he cooks, man.
Yeah.
Some tactical espionage action.
Mm-hmm.
Very heavy in stealth. Anything you can kind of think of, you can usually do in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Incredible characters. I personally like the version on the GameCube, Twin Snakes, and I'm very excited for the remake, the inevitable remake that's next in the Delta series of Konami's Metal Gear Solid remake games. It's Metal Gear Solid. It's coming. So I guarantee. I mean, Snake Eater sold really well. It's the prequel. And Metal Gear Solid's next.
Yeah,
so
please do
just
it.
a playground of gaming, and just awesome cutscenes, super cool story, just political, engaging, love story, all kinds of shit.
You know, Caleb, you say I was looking for somebody like Meryl, but little did you know, I was really, in my heart of hearts, looking for a sniper wolf.
Yep.
Yeah.
A man of culture,
Dude.
I see.
Yes. Oh, man.
Sniper Wolf cosplay last year at MagFest.
I'm a married
Swing.
man, Matt. I'm gonna have
Yes,
to
I
I'm
looked
a married
twice. I looked twice. I'm just saying.
twice. I don't think I'd
Yes.
be able to stop looking if it was double. Let's be
Well,
real.
you gotta be careful at these conventions. You know, if you stare too long, they'll be like, "Whoa."
No, that's when
You'll
I
get
just
reported.
go, I'm creepy, but I'm married. Don't worry about me. I'll just hide. in the
Oh
corner."
yeah.
Yeah.
What
Have
could
you
go-
met my friend Matt?
What could go wrong? I told you I can be the best wingman. You have no idea.
Excellent.
Oh,
Excellent.
we're on it, Caleb.
Love
But
it.
yeah, Metal Gear Solid. I love it.
Yeah.
I could talk about it
Caleb,
forever.
You love this game, right?
I love Metal Gear Solid 1. It's an incredible game. And I did not realize back when Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 came out, because I didn't really like them. They were hard as hell. And I only played them a little bit, and I was like, 4 years old maybe. I didn't realize that they were even related when Metal Gear Solid came out. And then I felt really dumb when I got older and thought, oh, wait a minute, there's something that happened beforehand. And I went back to try to play them again on emulator, still thought they were fucking difficult. And I was like, I'm just going to read the story because I really liked Metal Gear Solid. I didn't want to waste my time and get angry. What would be kind of cool is if they remade Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 as just to tell the story, but give us like today's standards of gameplay. I would love if they did that.
You know,
That would be awesome.
You know, Solid is a retelling, right?
Yeah, but there's sort of like there's Big Boss is I don't remember which one. Is it Metal Gear 2 or Metal Gear 1 where the final boss is
we could talk offline, but the hint I'm going to give you
Solidus.
is you're going from Metal Gear into Metal Gear Solid. The Solid actually had was a reference to 3D.
Yeah, but 2 wasn't Big Boss one of the final
It's a
bosses
retelling-
in the game?
It's a retelling of Metal Gear,
Yeah.
and then you have Snake's Revenge. Snake's Revenge is its own.
Snake's
It's
Revenge is what I mean.
is its own thing,
Yeah.
but it's a retelling of Metal Gear.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which and then done obviously much better. it was sort of like his rough drafts were out of the way, but I thought that there was a little bit more about Big Boss and Shadow Moses in Metal Gear 2 than in Solid, but I might just be wrong because I read a lot of the synopses back in the day. When I tried to play Metal Gear and Metal Gear 2 again as an older person, was like, fuck this, it's not worth it.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, but I love Solid. I think again one of the pinnacles of the 32-bit era was Metal Gear Solid. It changed the game quite a bit.
Storytelling at its finest.
Yeah.
Just the lore. You could just dive in and spend so much time.
We just got a little bit of Kojima's weirdness, and then he just got weirder and weirder, but still really good at his craft. Moving forward.
He did keep getting weirder and weirder, but that's kind of where he got his launch, like you said, Bob. Yeah. So Metal Gear Solid Snake is a classic character. Like you see him, you're like, oh, it's Snake, Snake. Yeah, awesome. This next one, our last Game Boy Advance game. I'll take this one, and then you can take the next ones, Caleb.
Okay. Seems fair.
So the next one is Game Boy Advance. Follows our girl, our bounty hunter. We all love her. She's coming into the light today in Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. This is Metroid 4, aka Metroid Fusion. This is a sequel to Super Metroid and follows our girl Samus Aran. She lands on this, science floating station in space, and it starts getting weird and creepy. And they bring in survival horror elements to it. And it gets scary. And, you're isolated. Incredible pixel art, the music, the tracks, just everything you loved in Super Metroid, all condensed into a handheld version. They introduced the X Parasites and just awesome bosses, awesome enemies, incredible gameplay. What can I say? Fusion is one of the strong entries in the Metroid IP. So
Where
this
would
was
you
all on our list.
where would you put
and,
this
Yeah,
on your personal Metroid list?
2D, 2.5D overall or overall.
Overall, yeah. Because it's up there for me. I think it's like number 3, probably.
I'd say it's number 4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I'd say it's
it's
probably number
great.
4.
I mean, I remember thinking this is one of the best handheld games I ever played. Metroid Fusion was so
Yep.
good. And
Yeah.
like you said, it came out after Super Metroid. After what, like
Yes.
7 years or something? Maybe 6, 7, 8 years.
Yes.
It was a
Super
while.
Metroid was on SNES, and then Metroid Fusion came out on the Game Boy Advanced in
Was it like
I think
2001, 2002, something like that?
2?
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so 8 years,
And
7 or 8
Yeah.
years, whatever. It was a while, and I remember thinking,
They take their time, and then 5 was even longer. So
yeah, right. 2002, by the way.
2002. Okay, 8 years.
2002.
8 years later.
Dread, Metroid 5 after Metroid 4. So Metroid 4 Fusion, Metroid 5 Dread. 20 years.
What about Other M?
That's not really. That's a spinoff. That's a
Yeah,
spinoff.
Yeah.
We don't really talk about Other M.
We don't.
It wasn't part of the Prime series. It wasn't part of the core Metroid series. It was a spinoff, but it had some cool cutscenes from 3, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like
I will
pre-rendered.
I will always
cutscenes.
remember, was it SR 388 or 338?
Yeah.
388 or 3,
Yeah.
whatever. But I just
388.
going there and feeling that vibe was so good for Metroid Fusion. Just what a game.
Yep. 388. SR 388. And you didn't know what the fuck was going on. You're like, what? How's? Wait a second. And she walks through the corridor, and you're like above in the vents,
Yeah.
and you're like, what's going on here? So
This is
it's a very
disconcerting.
yeah, absolutely awesome ending, and yeah, just an incredible entry in the Metroid series. Got to give it a shout out. It's a number 2. So
Yeah.
Bob, you played Metroid Fusion. You loved it.
Yeah, it's my favorite in the Metroid series. Well, not my favorite, but it's my favorite out of like that era, the Game Boy Advance and all that era. But I absolutely loved it. It was a great return to form. The fact that I found out it was a continuation story from Super Metroid and not a spin-off, I was like, okay, I'm on board.
Yep. I don't know if in the title screen it says Metroid 4 and then goes to Metroid Fusion. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is a good question.
Because you have Metroid 2 Return of Samus, Metroid 3 Super Metroid, Metroid 4 Metroid Fusion, and Metroid 5 Metroid Dread. So I hope they continue it. Give us some Metroid 6. Apparently
40 years.
I don't know if right. And yeah, 40. We got to wait 40 years this time. Apparently, I don't know if this is a spoiler, but it's Prime 4 sets up a new trilogy. So
how do you know that?
Yeah. I've heard rumblings.
Oh,
I don't it's not confirmed, but
I see.
Rumblings. That makes me happy. And I want that to happen.
Here's hoping it sells well enough. I mean, really, I hope it does.
Right. It's all about the sales, right? So
Federation Force trilogy incoming. Got it.
Oh, God. We don't talk about Federation Force. Anyway, we're here. We're on our top 32-bit game of all time. And it is a trilogy of 3 wonderful games of a wonderful IP. And that is, of course, Final Fantasy. Take it away, Caleb.
If only we started here, we could have the shortest cast ever. Just kidding. Final Fantasy is obviously, it came before. A lot of people loved it on the regular Nintendo. A lot of people loved it on the Super Nintendo. Specifically 6, which was 3 in the United States. But they really didn't reach their global slam dunkery until 7. It really was 7. Like, even if you don't like 7 the best, 7 was the reason that things just went ballistic. And then they followed it up with 8, and they followed that up with 9. And all 3 of those games are very, very, very good in their own right. You could make a solid argument anybody can make an argument for their favorites. You can make a solid argument that it was the best at the time. That 7, 8, 9 were the best 3 in a row. I extend that to 6 through 10 personally, because holy shit, they were all just really, really, really good. But we're on the 32-bit era, so 7, 8, 9 are all we can really talk about. But this was Squaresoft had broken up with Nintendo. They got in a fight, and they wanted to make this more of a cinematic experience game, and Nintendo was like, no, because it's going to be on carts. We're going to use carts for the 64. And I mean, there's a whole shitty reason for the fight. They've only recently made up, by the way, as you people who are on Nintendo know, that they've, like, within the last 5 years they finally gotten Final Fantasy games, and it hadn't been for a long time. So that fight lasted a while. But 7, when Nintendo said fuck you to Square, Square was like, well, what are we gonna do? We'll be fine because we make awesome games. And I believe I think PlayStation approached them, because Sony PlayStation was new, and they were like, well, we're going to have disc-based media, so you'll be able to have FMV, and you'll be able to have a lot more data on here because you can switch discs, whatever. And Squaresoft came up with Final Fantasy VII. We're like, okay. And Nintendo was very, very, very upset when Final Fantasy VII became the arguable greatest Final Fantasy of all time. Even if you don't like it, sales alone, for its time, 7 just blew it out of the water. Everything. We all know our main cast of characters in 7. We know the cast of characters in 8. Most people would know the cast of characters in 9. But there was something for everybody.
Iconic.
And you have to think about this. 97 was when 7 came out. 99 was when 8 came out, and then I want to say 2000 was when 9 came out. 2 years apart.
Nuts.
A year and a half, depending. Maybe it was 2001 for 9. I actually should know that off the top of my head, and I don't.
No, it's 2000.
It was November of 2000, right? Something like that. But we talk about this year, 2025, gamers eating good. We were eating so good in this era, specifically for RPGs. I mean, all the games we talked about beforehand as well were this was a really hard. It was simultaneously an easy list to come up with and a difficult list to come up with, because when we were going to do top 5 for each of us, I remember telling these guys, I said, but I can name 4 of your top 5, because they're all going to be 4 of our top 5s. And immediately Matt was like, God damn it, that was my number 1 and my 2. And then Bob was like, God damn it, that was my number 1 and my number 2 for different games. So, but the Final Fantasy series obviously we had to talk about it. It's just, I'm going to foreshadow a little bit. We'll probably do a Final Fantasy centric cast. So I don't want to rehash a bunch of shit.
Yeah. No, we will
say on that one. But if you don't know Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9, and you are interested in the 32-bit era of games, you need to play all of them. They are all good in their own right. And much like earlier in the cast when I mentioned Chrono Cross not being as well received because people wanted it to be a sequel to Chrono Trigger, the only reason Final Fantasy 8 and 9 seem inferior to 7 is because they came right after 7. 8 is a very good game. 9 is a very good game. They are all uniquely different. Their stories are uniquely different, but they're all special. And that was like my favorite era of gaming, and it probably always will be. And even though we don't need to talk about it that long, it wasn't until Clair Obscur came out that I was like, shit, I can feel like this again.
Same here.
That was very cool. So
same here.
But I know my favorite is 7. I know Bob's favorite is 8. I'm pretty sure Matt's favorite is 7, but
second favorite game of all time.
Maybe we should all talk about 9 then, so we don't kill each other.
I love 9. 9 is like top 3 or 5 in Final Fantasies. And dude, the jump in graphics and performance, like 7 to 8 to 9, like 9 was a graphical powerhouse, even though they went the like different art style,
like cartoony,
but they
almost.
went back. Yeah, but they went back to the medieval.
Yeah,
and I was really excited when they went back into that direction. And dude, some of the best cutscenes are in 9. Revolving around specific characters.
If people don't know, I mean, if you got into the Final Fantasy series and you're just not familiar with all of them, but one of the best, and Tactics. I didn't mean to ignore Tactics. That's also on the 32-bit era.
Got to shout out Tactics.
But it wasn't part of the the main series. Tactics, another one of those that was just like, holy shit, why, like back to back to back to back Final Fantasy releases that were just top tier. But with 9, everybody who's anybody knows Vivi. Not that you would know
Yeah.
the other characters, but Vivi was, I mean, he is what became the
Black
iconic
Mage.
Black Mage. Like Black Mage has
Yep.
been around since the very first game. When they went back to the medieval style in 9, Vivi was the reason that I was like, I was going to get it anyway, but Vivi drew me in, and then the rest of the cast did grow on me. I very much, I'm actually a big Freya fan from 9. I think Freya is
Oh, Freya was awesome.
Love her.
Yep.
And I mean, if spoilers, if Beatrix were playable, like she's
Agreed.
actually my favorite character from
Steiner would agree with you.
But yeah, but no, I mean, they had such a great cast, and 9 was one that when I played it, I didn't like it at first. Well, no, that's a lie. I liked it at first. I loved it for the first 2 hours, and then after that, I was like, what is this game? It's not what I expected. But when I played through it again, holy shit, I was very hard on it the first time, but coming off of 7 and 8,
had some big shoes to fill.
It did.
So, like you said, yeah, that might have done it a disservice.
I wasn't a huge fan of Zidane, like the guy, I mean, when spoiler-free version, when you start the game, you're like, why does this monkey man have a tail and a fucking Neanderthal face? It just did, even though it was cartoony, he didn't really fit with everybody else, in my opinion. Obviously, you learn a lot about why that is, and that's very cool. But he grew on me once I pulled my head out of my ass. But I have to say, because I know 8's your favorite, and even though 7 had this, I think 8 did it better. One of the jumps in graphical, not fidelity, but what they could do with it when they had the FMVs in the background and you could move your character. And I mean, at the time it was amazing. Now it looks like a blocky mess if you play the original, but but it was such a cool idea when they're doing this sprawling vista, like the camera's is going up for like an aerial shot, and you get to see Balamgarden waking up or moving or whatever, and then you're Squall, this little guy just like running across the outside. It was just such a cool thing that they did in 8. I thought that their set pieces in 8 were super special. And would you agree that that's probably one of the things that you love about 8 more than the other two? It was unique,
Yeah, out of the uniqueness, absolutely. I think about not just that, but I think about near the end of disc. Well, I don't want to get too much into it, but let's just say when the two gardens are going and doing their thing, and you're doing and there's the literal combat, and you're just like your character's going around as there's this whole literal battle taking place. And then of course, naturally, the very beginning with the seed exam had some really
cool intro to the game. That was so fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Story was always the thing that got me with 8. Because if you pay attention and actually nerd out on the lore, like you would a Dark Souls game where you're reading all the little different things, you'll realize that like 50% of that game got the axe in development because they realized Square Enix realized 7, it was so good because it was just it's what really brought RPGs to the West. JRPGs specifically, because there was stuff before. Like I played Wild Arms before and Beyond the Beyond before Final Fantasy 7, but nobody knew what those kinds of games were until 7 hit, and then everybody was and I don't mean this in a bad way, but like everybody all of a sudden was a Cloud fanboy, and I kind of
they were
and justifiably for that matter. I want to say that. So 8 was they needed to follow up because that is a really hard act to follow, and kind of overblew it. And then 9 was a return, like you said, a return to that form of the old fantasy where they were like, okay, hey, you guys really loved Final Fantasy. Did you know Final Fantasy is not sci-fi action futuristic? It's actually medieval. And here it is. I loved it. I wasn't as big on it as my friend. And I still loved it, but I thought there was there was something about it. The one thing that stood out, I will say this, and I thought was really unique and really awesome, was when you're casting your spells. So if you're doing fire, if you're doing cure, whatever, you could it took me forever to figure out how to target the entire party.
Amateur.
Amateur hour. I was like, what? This game sucks. I can't multi-target. And then I realized, oh, you just press this button and L1 or R1, and then it'll target everybody, and it uses up more MP. And then I felt like an idiot because that's when the game really opened up. Is you're using more MP to affect the entire row or whatever it is. But there's strategy now involved. Do I save it? Do I use it? Like that. So I remember that most about it, other than VV, of course.
Yeah. I have no official information to back this up. This is just a theory of mine that I've always thought was true. When 7 came out and it was so popular, and then shortly thereafter Tactics came out, which was obviously not part of the main line, but Tactics was very medieval. It's my favorite of all the medievals, and my favorite non-mainline one, which is not saying much, but Tactics is so good. I like to think that they realized how good Tactics was and how much people loved the aesthetic, that even though 8 was being developed, I feel like the next team that was going to make 9 was like, we got to go back to medieval. Like I have no basis for that except my own opinion.
Actually, I'd have to go look it up, and I'll see if I can find the evidence for you. But that actually might check out with something I heard recently.
Oh, well,
which was Square accidentally through a press release revealed Final Fantasy 9 before 8.
Oops. That's back in the day where they could pump out those games in like a year and a half.
Yeah,
right.
And they were talking about, like, after 7 years scrambling, how do we make this bigger, right? You know, and I think that they obviously knew they were going to do 8 and 9 before they were even in development, right? Like there was no converse. So I think that might line up. But I'd have to go look.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, 7, of course, is my all-time favorite Final Fantasy. Cloud, the story, the grand adventure, Midgar, then it opens up. Sephiroth as a villain, Tifa. Come on, guys.
Gaia is such a cool place.
Yeah.
It really
and then they fleshed it out in Rebirth, just like basically made it open world. I can't wait for the third one. Reborn. You're
Rephiroth.
Rephiroth. Yeah. Maybe the statue is Final Fantasy 17.
Oh, don't you do that. Don't you give me hope. You know what?
I do think the third part's going to be called Return, by the way. Final Fantasy 17.
Return?
Yeah, that's I
think it's Reborn.
My official final answer. See, I think Reborn is too close to Rebirth. Like, I get it. Exactly. It's not a bad name, but Return, for me, it could mean somebody returns to the planet. It could be somebody returns from the planet. The return could mean a lot, and
that's true.
Can't really say more without just ruining the shit out of it for people. But also a return to the blah 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 blah. It's just it makes returning.
I like that. I'm with you.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be Return.
Yeah. But 7 all-time favorite. Just I mean, we'll talk about this on the Final Fantasy cast because now we got to have one,
right?
Because I want to talk about it. 8. Didn't get into 8. I played it, wasn't my thing. I do need to revisit it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It never clicked with me.
It happens.
So it happens. 9, fell in love with it. You had 4 party characters again, which was cool. It went from 3 to 4. Medieval setting, followed closely on the summons. I love when the summon lore is very heavy. There were some incredible cutscenes. One of the best in the series, honestly, in my opinion. And just back to the medieval setting, just a grand scale. Zidane or Zidane. How do you say him?
I'm fairly certain it's Zidane.
Zidane? Gotcha. I called him Zidane.
I was the mix. Yeah. I called him Zidane.
Zidane, yeah. Zidane is what I pronounced it when I was reading about it back in the 90s.
Yeah.
And then when I started to take Japanese and realized, like, I look at some of the names, I'm pretty sure it's Zidane. I used to think it was Zidane because, like, ne for Japanese, like the end, and that just that. If a Japanese person heard me right now, they would just slap me in the mouth and be like, "That's stupid. It's not even close." Yeah. So I think it's Zidane.
Oh, what are you? No, 9's one of my favorites on the PS1 era. I loved it, and just the cool concept of like slotting gems into your weapons and then learning that ability as you use them. That was used a lot after that, and I love that concept. And then Tactics, incredible Tactics game, remade
best.
Or remastered the Evilise Chronicles. You can play it now on
And voice
PS5
acting
or
though, so
platform of your choice. Yeah, so what an incredible fucking console for RPGs, and those are the trinity, I'd say, of PlayStation games on the PS1. So
can I give two very quick? We don't have to talk about them, but honorable mentions that were going to be on
I
my
was just
list.
about to say,
Oh well,
any other honorable mentions?
I have two big ones.
All right,
I feel like, I mean, Alex is going to be pissed we didn't talk about
Legend of Dragoon.
That one's an easy one.
Yes,
Legend of Dragoon is one that would be in my top 10 of the PlayStation 5 specifically.
Yes,
And I thought, like, it's probably going to be on somebody else's list. I should cover some other lesser known things, but Legend of Dragoon, it's awesome. We talked about it. Alex talked about it on earlier casts. We've all been wanting that game to be remade or even a sequel at this point. I don't care. I would just, Sony, it's yours. Just fucking, that's one of the best. Anyway, the other honorable mention would be Parasite Eve. I also love Parasite Eve.
Yep.
1 and 2. They were so good, so unique. I mean, you've got this villain who's trying to just spontaneously combust everybody. That's like, what? That's terrifying. But they use some science to back up in the story. Very, very unique game. Love that.
Yep.
It just didn't make it on my
right
lesser known, because I do actually think Parasite Eve and Legend of Dragoon are popular enough. I think, and the other ones, mentioning Jammer Lammy, like not a lot of people think about that one, and that was a hidden gem on that guy. But those are the only two major ones that I think were omitted. We talked about Star Ocean before on the backlog thing. Star Ocean Second Story, one of the best. It's my favorite of the Star Ocean games, but also PS2. Still, we talked about it. It's been remade a couple times, but the original PlayStation. So, what about you, Bob? Any honorable mentions?
You nailed one of them, Parasite Eve, which is what I was going to tell. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a few years since I played it, but this is my best description for Parasite Eve: is Resident Evil with RPG stats.
Yep.
Nice.
So, and a blonde lead.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Aya is wonderful.
And then, of course, I feel like it needs to be talked about. It's a hardcore action RPG. All right, so I got two. Hardcore action RPG, Vagrant Story. It is Final Fantasy 12 before we got Final Fantasy 12.
It really is.
So just the best way to put it. Made by Square, of course. And then I think it would be silly not to talk about the breakout game that if it didn't hit, that's from a very well-known publisher that's made such popular games. They have been coined as their own genre, and that's Kingsfield from Soft. Not worth necessarily playing unless they do a remaster, but it is difficult. Probably one of the most difficult PlayStation 1 games I've played.
Yeah. And you missed one. You had another one. Wild Arms.
Oh, yeah. Well, I've talked about that for days on end, I guess. Yes. Wild Arms. RPG, 3 characters. Definitely go check it out. The music fucking rocks.
Oh, yeah.
I just remembered, unless you have one, Matt, there's a genre that we've ignored this entire time. Do you have any fighting games on here?
No, I'm not a big fan of the fighting.
Street Fighter Alpha 3 is such an underappreciated gem of the 32-bit era. I don't have to go into it. We know Street Fighter enough, but Alpha 3 had, I want to say it was like hand-drawn animation that was some of the best of the best that not a lot of people really got into, because Mortal Kombat was much bigger at this point in time, or Street Fighter 2 Turbo and stuff in the arcades and on the Super Nintendo. But we have to have at least one real good fighting game, and I would put it to Street Fighter Alpha 3.
If you're going to do that, let's talk about a racing one. It's the best-selling PlayStation 1 game of all time.
Gran Turismo?
Correct.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I didn't get into them until later, but you're right. It started there. So I'm
more of the arcade racing type instead of the sim racing. So like Need for Speed, Forza, Horizon. So yeah, I'm excited for the new one. I have a couple.
Blur.
Gotta give a shout out to our girl again, Metroid Zero Mission.
Oh, good point.
Yep,
Good call.
Game Boy Advance remake of 1 in the 32-bit art style. Then they remade 2 on the 3DS. So what's the next remake, boys? 3 Super Metroid, maybe for Switch 2.
Oh my God, give that
in the Dread engine.
I
But yeah, Zero. Right. Yeah, Super Metroid, just one of the goats. Yeah, Zero Mission remake of 1. 1 was not great on NES, probably the worst Metroid. But then they remade it and added some quality of life stuff. So shout out to that. And then Spyro trilogy on PS1.
yeah, it's good.
Yeah, got to give a shout out to the Purple Dragon.
Croc, Legend of the Gobos.
Croc. Yep. So, yeah, that was fun.
It was.
That was so top 32-bit games of all time. If you have a favorite 32-bit game from the PlayStation or Game Boy Advance era, put it in the Discord. Talk about it.
Or Sega Saturn, if for some reason.
Or Sega Saturn or Jaguar.
Yeah.
Throw it in the Discord. We'll talk about it. Put your list up there. If you have any questions for the cast, throw them in the questions section. We haven't got a lot of questions, but we will read them off on the cast and answer them for you. So, yeah. I think
I do have a question for Bob. I know we're wrapping up, but you might know the answer to this. Do you know if the Sega CD was 32-bit?
Yes, it was.
Fuck! I probably should have mentioned a sewer shark.
My God.
Yeah, no, we're not going to do that. Not going to go there. But I couldn't remember if it was. I meant to look that up the other day. Oh well. Late. PlayStation killed everybody else anyway, so it's fine. They nailed this era.
Yeah, they did. PlayStation dominated the 32-bit era. So
Warhawk.
Next next one we'll get into is the 64-bit era. That's in episode 64. That'll be sometime next year. If you're looking forward to the Game Awards, that's in 1 week. We're super excited. We're gonna fucking finally find out what that statue's all about. And we'll do maybe a Game Awards prediction episode before, and then a Game Awards post news wrap up after. We're probably going to do the drafting episode at some point and crown the victor, which is most likely going to be Caleb. Got something coming in the mail for you probably soon.
Oh my.
And keep the conversation going on Discord. Caleb, where can people find you if you want them to find you? Do you
I'm a hermit, leave me alone. On my PlayStation, on my Xbox, or excuse me, PlayStation, it's Admiral Merps. Like Admiral spelled normally, Merps is MERPS. Same thing on my Switch, but it's ADM Merps because they don't have enough characters for the full word Admiral, so I use the abbreviation, which is ADM. And then I'm not on my Xbox anymore, but it's also Admiral Merps. And I don't know if my Steam, I'm not really on Steam that often. I download demos on my Steam Deck and my Switch too. Like they're my demo machines, and then I play them on the big boys. But and on Discord, I'm Admiral Merps. I don't know what my numbers are. I don't know if it matters, but I'm on our Discord, so you can just click on my name there.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks so much for being on. We always appreciate when you come on. Yeah, of course.
I only extended this, an hour and 22 minutes more than we were supposed to, something like that.
Some good content.
Yeah. No, we got a lot of games.
We love you. Yeah, dude. 32-bit era was goated. So it probably would have lasted longer if Bo was here too.
For sure.
Giggity. No.
He would.
Yeah.
I want him to give better Brave Fencer Musashi discussion because he would know the game better than I did. I loved it. Okay. But it's just been too long for me. So I wish that he were here for that one.
Maybe he'll hit up the Discord.
Yeah.
So yeah. Cool. What do you say we get the hell out of here? It's been fun.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Well, yeah. Thanks so much for listening. Keep the conversation going. Have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whatever the hell time it is. Have a good one.
Peace. Adios.
Shapes of Gaming is a podcast shaped around gaming and, most importantly, our community. That's you. It is written, created, and recorded in beautiful Colorado Springs, Colorado by me, Matt Stenson, and my good friend Bob Harriman. If you would like to be part of this amazing community, be sure to like, subscribe, or follow us on all the social media platforms or the podcast app of your choice. Thanks so much for listening, and always remember, keep the conversation going, and most importantly, keep gaming.